Welcome to the fantasy audiobook, Naruto, Super System World Picking Attributes. Chapter 21. At this time, Uchiha Luyan and Uchiha Natsumi have opened their own writing wheel eyes, and without exception, they are Sengoku writing wheel eyes. Don't have too much hatred in the warring states period, and it's not too easy to get to Sengoku. Brother, fatty, don't do it. Don't they want to keep us, then we just stay, there is nothing wrong. Shubai raised his hand and said lightly. But, okay, didn't you just listen to me after you come out? Shubai smiled confidently. Seeing Shubai doing this, Uchiha Luyan and Uchiha Natsumi were also relieved. After all, Shubai has given them too many miracles, and it must be the same this time. Stay, ha ha ha, we are not inviting you to be a guest here. If you don't say how to cure the disease, we have 100 ways to make you better than dead. At this time, a member of the Libra clan, the person also said directly. Okay, we didn't say to resist. Even if the three of us are dead, for the Uchiha clan, we have lost 2 Nakanin and 1 elder. But if we die, you have to face it. It is not only the anger of the Uchiha clan, but also diseases that can never be cured. Shubai is still calm and composed. After hearing Shubai's words, Libra Liwei, who was originally in the house, also walked out. Well, let's think about it first, and give you the answer in a while. Libra Liwei also interrupted their conversation and decided directly. But brother, shut up, I'm the team leader. Lil, let all the people above the elder level come to the meeting. Then arrange for the Uchiha clan to go to the lounge to rest. Libra Liwei also went directly back to the meeting room after speaking. After hearing what his elder brother said, Libra Lear also turned a little angrily and entered the meeting room. For the rest of the tribe, one person was left to receive Shubai and the others also dispersed. Elder Zubai, please here. No, let's walk around. If you have the result, just tell us. Shubai also declined the other party's invitation. After all, he didn't come here to drink tea and chat, he still wanted to see where this natural energy was released. His goal is Shanshu, not just inviting them to join the Uchiha clan. Then I will take you to a place with better surrounding scenery. The man from the Libra clan also said again. Since the little brother insists on doing so, it will be troublesome. I don't know how to call it. Shubai also said slowly. Just call me Qingyu. Libra Qingyu also said directly. Let's go, where do you want to take me? In this way, a group of 4 also set off. After leaving the Libra clan, the first place they came was Wukai Kai. This is the most iconic thing of our Libra clan, Wukai Pond. Why is it the iconic thing of my Libra clan? Because no matter where we migrate to, this multicolored pond will always appear quickly nearby. Libra was surprised. You also said slowly. Oh, it's so amazing. Can this water? Elder Shubai, we have already discussed it. As long as you can cure our disease, we will follow you Uchiha's clan. At this time, Libra Liwei also came to Shubai's side and said directly. This matter is very good, and I have also found the cause of your illness. Shubai said, also raising his hand and pointing to Wukai Pond. Elder Zubai, what are you? That's it, your question comes from here. Is it true that people who have entered the pool will have stronger transformation ability than others, and the corresponding lifespan should be the shortest, right? Shubai also said directly. Yes, that's it. But, since the cause of the disease has been found, you should first follow our Uchiha clan and move to the vicinity of our station. I have something to go out to deal with. When I come back, it will be when I will treat you. Shubai also said directly. It is not the time to find out which ferry is located, after all, there is still a lot to do. After hearing what Shubai said, Libra Liwei frowned, but still obeyed. After all, as Shubai said, he may be the only one who can help them cure them. Because they have checked a lot of information, they have no idea what this situation is all about. This guy saw it at a glance, and also pointed out the cause of the disease. This made Libra Liwei only choose to believe in Shubai. Shubai first picked up all the celestial energy here. Although it was only the elementary celestial energy, it was still useful. Shubai also directly arranged for someone to contact Uchiha Oki this time, and he also stayed there. 8 days later, Uchiha Oki also came over. Xiaobai, did you really subdue the Libra clan? Uchiha Oki asked with surprise in his first sentence after arriving. Yes, teacher, now they have decided to follow us back to our sphere of influence. One more thing, you remember to tell the group leader, it's best not to approach the place where the Libra clan is. Moreover, the position they arrange they are far away from our family. Otherwise, their problems may affect us. Shubai also told Uchiha Oki of his doubts. I see, I will tell the patriarch. After Uchiha Oki finished speaking, he also went to Libra Leeway. But Shubai left directly, and he had picked up a lot of celestial energy in the past few days. My own experience bar is also more than half, reaching 168 300ths. In less than a month, he can be promoted to level 3. And he also got his third gift package. This time I picked up the gift packs for a month in a row. System, open the primary gift package. Shubai also directly chose to open the gift package. Congratulations to the host, get the wind chakra attribute. After hearing the system prompt, Shubai also showed a satisfied smile on his face. It seems that my guess is not wrong, this gift package is used to improve my basic attributes. Before he could learn the ninjutsu of thermal power and water attribute, this should be his own attribute. Other attributes can also be obtained through the system. At this time, Shubai's favorability for this system is really not low. You can make yourself stronger, and it seems to cover all the things in the entire Naruto world. Let the self who was originally a waste turned into a genius now. Second brother, our next destination is a family with blood inheritance boundaries. However, this family is a bit small, probably less than 10 people. They are the Shuiwu clan. Uchiha Natsumi also said slowly. Shuiwu, what is the blood inheritance limit of their clan? Shubai also asked directly. Bing dun, Shuiwu family, is it? At this time, Shubai remembered that he was alone, and that was by this man who looks more beautiful than a girl is the Bing dun. However, there is no detailed introduction to the life experience of the dialogue in the original book. Looking at the current situation, Bai should be a member of this family. Apart from Bing dun, do they have any special place? Shubai asked again. They have very little information. Because every time they meet them, only one member of the tribe will die. Their tribe will discharge a person, liberate the ice escape bloodline, create countless ice realms, and block the enemy. And they will also be there. This ice escape died and turned into ice slag. Therefore, there is basically no information about them except their name. Uchiha Natsumi also said directly. Shubai's expression also became a little serious after hearing the words of Chubby. If it is really such a family, it is really not easy to deal with. 8 days later, Shubai and the others also came to a place with only 3 houses. Here is the Shuiwu clan. Shubai said in disbelief when he looked at the place where there were only 3 people. It should be correct. According to our latest information, they are near here. Uchiha Natsumi also said directly. Well, if it's here, let's visit it too. After Shubai finished speaking, he also walked directly to a room and knocked gently on the door. After half a day, no one responded. Second brother, they should have gone out. Uchiha Natsumi said slowly. It should be. They should be living a self-sufficient life now. At this time, they should be hunting or farming. After saying this, the 3 of them also walked to the side and sat down on a stone bench. Second brother, now I have completely mastered the 2 ninjutsu. Also, my strength has been upgraded to the upper ninjutsu. Shubai also directly replied. I just said, I feel that the aura on your body has changed in the past 2 days. It turns out that you have broken through to the upper end. Second brother, we will rely on you to cover it in the future. Uchiha Natsumi also said with a smile on his face. You know, Shubai had the worst talent among the 3 brothers before. It has been more than 2 months since the last battle. Shubai went from being a guy who didn't even have a ninja to a ninja. Moreover, coupled with Shubai's special ability, this guy's current combat power is close to the elite's shinobu. It's nothing, isn't it just Shangnan? In front of the patriarch level, it's simply scum. Even in the current ninja world, I can be considered as a high-level cannon fodder. Shubai said modestly. Indeed, during the Warring States period, Shangran's death rate was the highest. Because such people are generally the backbone. The backbone of the battlefield usually meets equal opponents. As long as the balance of victory is slightly tilted, Shangren of the weaker side will be directly targeted and killed. Although this is the case, these words came out of Shubai's mouth, which made Uchiha Luyan and Uchiha Natsumi a little depressed. This guy is simply stimulating them. You know, both of them are still some distance away from Shangren. The previous crane tail is now the number one. Although they are very happy, there is always a sense of loss. Just as the three of them chatted with each other, a few hours later someone finally came back. You are. Hello, I'm Uchiha Hoshiba, the elder of the Uchiha clan. These two are Uchiha Luyan and Uchiha Natsumi. We passed by here, so come to visit. Shubai also introduced himself and others. People from the Uchiha clan. Come here, it's not as simple as a visit, right? The man put down his firewood and said solemnly. At the same time, the environment around him is also because of the appearance of some ice crystals in his chakra. You are a member of the Shuiwu clan, we came here without malicious intent. If it is to fight, it does not seem to have any purpose for us. Moreover, we will not only come by 3 people, Shubai said calmly. After hearing Shubai's words, the man also let go of his guard. He put his firewood in the corner of his house and walked in front of the 3 of them. Let's talk about your purpose. The man also sat down directly and said slowly. We want you to merge into my Uchiha clan. Please go back. There are only 9 people in my Shuiwu clan now. As you can see, our situation is not very good. Therefore, joining you will not improve your strength. Even because of our joining, it will increase your danger. After all, Uchiha, who owns another bloodline boundary family, must other families have opinions? The man also directly refused. Moreover, Shubai didn't know how to refute the reason for his refusal. Shubai originally wanted to give up, but it was also at this time that heavy fog rose around him. Moreover, Shubai discovered that more than a dozen concealment techniques had appeared nearby. Someone actually had the same idea with himself, wanting to fight the Shuiwu clan's idea. Moreover, this ninjutsu is still a bit familiar, can't it be those guys? It seems that the Shuiwu clan was taken to the water country at this time, but now that he is there, the Shuiwu clan is not so easy to be taken away. The fire has been extinguished 3 times in a row. Shubai directly raised his hand and released 3 arrogant fires to extinguish. Moreover, Shubai found that after learning this forbearance, every time he releases it, he will increase his proficiency by 1 point. It was originally 100 100ths, but now it has become 103 100ths. Although I don't know what the effect of such a panel is, isn't it good to improve? Second brother, what's this? Seeing Shubai's release of ninjutsu, Uchiha Natsumi also stood up and said with a guard. A friend is here, how can you not receive it? Shubai said slowly with a smile on the corner of his mouth. After hearing Shubai's words, the Shuiwu clan's face behind him frowned again. It used to be a headache for a Uchiha clan, but now there is another one who doesn't know what it is, and it's a headache. Which elder of the Uchiha clan is here? At this time, 5 people appeared in the disappearing mist. The leader said directly. Are the other 3 people going to fish at the same time, or is it convenient to go to the grass? Shubai also said directly. You know, everyone's chakra is different, so the ninjutsu they drop will also be different. Just now Shubai saw 8 different fogging techniques. Now only 5 people have appeared, and it seems that some people are hiding. Little Bai, what is convenient? Uchiha Luyan asked. It's just going to the toilet. Even if you do such a thing on someone's site, you are not afraid of others swearing after you step on it. Shubai also teased. The 3 people who had been hidden also walked out slowly, and they really came out of the grass. Second brother, their convenience is over. Fatty also said while making up his knife. It deserves to be an elder-level existence of the Uchiha clan. I found us so soon. However, there are only 3 of you, and we have 8. Our purpose is not for you today. I wonder if it can be convenient. The headed man said again. We don't have the kind of yaxing like you, and we can go to the toilet on someone else's site. Also, the Peach and Land clan of the water country, this is not a place where you can come to get involved. Insect art explosive insect. Shubai also pretended to make a seal and release the explosive insects. These bugs were released as soon as they noticed the appearance of these people. At this time, they were just acting. Boom boom boom. In an instant, countless explosive insects exploded directly. You know, the explosive power is not small, and it exploded next to them. In an instant, the three of them lost their combat effectiveness. This is why Shubai didn't want them to die, but just cause the explosive insects to explode on their arms and legs. This is the insect technique of the Oil Girl clan, you guys. Okay, I am not obligated to answer your questions. With us here today, I will cover the Shuiwu clan. Shubai directly interrupted the leader's words and said domineeringly. After hearing what Shubai said, Uchiha Natsumi and Uchiha Luyan also stood behind Shubai. What about the Uchiha clan? We are going to take them away forcibly. Now except for the Shuiwu who is behind you, all the Shuiwu clan are in our hands. And, we still have 50 people or behind. After they arrange the Shuiwu people in their hands, they will come over. Then, looking for death, Shubai released an extremely powerful aura in an instant. These guys are tempting wildly on the verge of death, and originally planned to punish them a little bit. But now, Shubai decided to kill. There were not many people in this Shuiwu clan. It's not that the heart of the Virgin of Shubai broke out, but this force originally belonged to the country of fire. When is it your turn to get involved in the country of water? Another point is that Shubai knows that these guys belong to that kind of straight temper. If he saved their tribe, maybe he would follow him back. After feeling the aura on Shubai's body, the Teodi clan was also a little confused. 50 people, right, I'll let you see what is Asura. Shubai said as he said. He also looked at the ninjutsu he had stored. Now there are 121 ninjutsu that can be released directly, and Shubai also has a confident smile on his face. Second brother, you stay here for a while to protect the uncle of the Shuiwu clan behind you. I'll leave the rest to me. You don't know my ability yet, it's okay. As long as the other party doesn't have a leader-level person coming over, I have something to do. Shubai was also quiet and fat, Lu Dan said. After hearing Shubai's words, the two also stepped back and walked directly to Shui Wujian's side. At this time, Shubai also pulled out his own village. Now he has the most thunder and fire escape techniques, and these people are dead in Shubai's eyes, and he doesn't worry about these people revealing his village. After seeing Shubai's actions, the 8 members of the Teodi clan were also serious. Uchiha, you really want to fire escape blasting bird 10 bombs. Shubai didn't wait for the Teodi clan to say anything, and immediately released 10 A-level ninjutsu blasting birds. Although a single blasting bird is not very powerful, but after being assembled, it can basically be compared to an SS-level ninjutsu. Because of the chain explosion, his eyes instantly turned into a sea of flames. Big brother Lu Yan, fat, you two will take Shui Wuya to see you back. Next, I may use all my strength. Shubai also slowly said after seeing what was falling in front of him. Hearing Shubai's words, they also retreated back into the house. 10 explosive birds, 3 people died, and 5 are left. There are still many chakras approaching. It seems that your helper has arrived. The 3 who died were the 3 who had not been killed by Shubai just now, and now they are also dead. Uchiha Shubai, right. My Teodi clan is not as weak as you think. Shui Dun White Dragon. In an instant, the remaining 5 people also released Shui Dun in an instant. Seeing the 5 water dragons rushing over, Shubai's face also showed a smile. This is to give me experience. Fire escape fire extinguishment. Fire escape fire dragon devouring. After Shubai finished speaking, he also directly released 10 fierce fire extinguishers and fire dragon devouring. The water dragon that had rushed over turned into a large amount of mist in an instant. Ha ha ha, you are looking for death by yourself. Fog escape swallow the poisonous fog. The 5 people Jayan together, also directly released a joint ninjutsu. The original white mist also turned purple, and a powerful corrosive aura slowly spread. Seeing this scene, Shubai's face even showed a smile. These guys are just helping themselves to prepare for the game. Shui Dun Rain Attack. Shubai also directly raised his hand and released the rain attack. The purple mist that originally rushed over turned into long purple needles in the next moment. The powerful rain attack also rushed out like no money. Seeing this scene, Shubai remembered the Tang sect he had seen before. This thing is much more powerful than Rainstorm Lawajan. After the mist dissipated, 8 corpses were lying on the ground. At this time, Shubai no longer vomited like he had just started. Just looking at the attributes and ninjutsu of the place in front of me, I picked it up selectively. After Shubai's pickup was over, the Teodi clan also rushed over. After killing the 8 people here, Shubai also continued to wait for the others to come over. Soon, people from the Teodi clan under him also came, but there were only more than 40 people. I think the rest should be guarding the Shuiwu clan. Dao Di clan, one step forward, you will end up just like them. Shubai also stood up directly and said in a low voice. Although the voice was not very loud, the words spoken made all the people of the Teodi clan feel chills. And at this time, there were 8 purple corpses lying on the ground. Such a weird scene made the people of the Teodi clan feel a little hairy. Do not know, the current elder of the Uchiha clan, Uchiha is imaginary. Shubai also directly reported his name. The Uchiha clan, did your hands stretch too long, right? This is an agreement between us and the Shuiwu clan, and now we just come. Promise, in this world, only strong strength is the best contract. Now, what I say is the rule. Because I am stronger than you. Shubai also said slowly. Who can't pretend to be forced, although he hasn't pretended to be forced in reality. But I read the books and watched all kinds of dramas by myself. The means of pretending to be coercion are not easy to come by. After hearing Shubai's words, the Teodi clan was also silent. Seeing Shubai wearing the uniform of the Uchiha clan elders in front of them, they were also a little confused. In addition, now he killed 8 of them alone, which must be very powerful. If they fight, they may not be able to win it. Even, it is possible to explain all here. Moreover, they only saw Shubai. If there are other Uchiha clan people here, it would be even more dangerous. Let's go. Wait, I didn't let you go. You caught the Shuiwu clan, hand it over. You think I didn't kill you because of my kindness? The Shuiwu clan is a bargaining chip in exchange for your lives. Stay alive, otherwise die. The fire escape and the fire of annihilation burst out. After Lu Jia finished speaking, he also released the fire of annihilation in an instant. Although it is only an A-level ninjutsu, the proficiency of Flame of Annihilation has reached 131 In other words, his own Flame of Annihilation attack power is 1.3 times the previous one. Together with the release of his 5 Annihilation Flames, they have reached the power of S-rank ninjutsu when added up. The most important thing is that he is Shunfa and has no Jain. Understood, Miduo will go and bring the Shuiwu clan. The Teodi clan headed directly said. At the same time, he also raised his hand and raised a finger. Elder Zubai, please wait a moment. We will bring people over soon. The man in the lead also said slowly. 10 minutes to you. This is my final bottom line. After Shubai finished speaking, he also sat directly on the stone bench. Although they wanted to rush to fight Shubai, reason has been suppressing them. A guy who can play S-rank ninjutsu smoothly, they are not opponents at all. 8 minutes later, the guy named Miduo also brought 7 people to Shubai's front. Elder Zubai, can we go now? Roll. The leading man squeezed his fist and left with all his people. After they left, a cold sweat formed on Lu Jia's forehead. You know, if they just shot, he really isn't an opponent. You know, these are 50 people, not the 8 people just now. Even if he can use ninjutsu, he can't be the opponent of these people. But at this time, Shubai's focus was not on the Teodi clan. He slowly walked to the Shuiwu clan's side, probed their breath, but was in a coma. With the help of Uchiha Luyu, Uchiha Natsumi, and Shui Wuyami, the 7 Shuiwu clan members were quickly brought into the house. During this period, Shubai didn't do anything, just watching. At this time, the people of the Teodi clan who stayed to investigate also left directly. 3 elders, that person should be the elder of the real Uchiha clan. I saw that he was carrying several Uchiha clan people around him, moving the Shuiwu clan. The spy returned to the Teodi magpie feather after being around, he also said directly. HMPH, this insult, we will repay it twice in the future. Go back, before they find out, leave the country of fire. And will, after Teodi Magpie finished speaking, she also watched. Looking at the 2 Shuiwu clan next to him. At this time, Shubai also walked to the place where the spy was just now, looking at the instantaneous spell and the fog-hidden spell falling from the ground. It seems that his guess is not wrong. The suspicion of these guys is not low. It seems that his next path is not so easy to go. Soon, the Shuiwu clan members also regained consciousness. Brother Yami, I don't know %. There are 2 clansmen who haven't come back. They should have taken them away. Shui Wuya said with a look of disappointment. These cunning guys, really, don't let me meet them again in the future. Shubai also said fiercely. Although I knew that Momoji had left behind, they didn't expect that they would actually be able to leave behind on this. But at this time Shubai didn't worry about this anymore. It is estimated that Bai went to the water country at this time. What are you going to do next, whether to stay here or move? Or, Elder Zubai, I know that you really want us to join the Uchiha clan. I would refuse you originally. But now, you have a great kindness to our clan. I will discuss it with other clan members and give you a reply. Shui Wuya Jian also said directly. This is necessary. Shu Bai and Lu Yan both went to the side to rest, waiting for the conclusion of their discussion. This time Shu Bai did not use eavesdroppers, but they were discussing something. Fat, let's go back. Now our purpose should have been exposed. The Teodi clan will not be tight-lipped. Even if they don't know our purpose, but just talk freely, we will be paid attention. So, I decided go back first, what do you think? Shu Bai also asked directly. I support your decision on this matter. Uchiha Natsumi gave an affirmative answer. The same is true for me. After all, the 3 of us are outside. If we encounter a hostile family, it is very dangerous. Especially the Senju and Hyuga. Uchiha Lu Yan also said slowly. Well, in this case, we will wait for their reply, and then go back. Shu Bai also directly decided. Time passed slowly, and when Shui Wuya saw it, an hour had passed. I'm sorry, I kept a few people waiting. We decided to go to the Uchiha clan's residence with you. Seeing Shui Wuya also gave Shu Bai a positive answer. Okay, let's go. You go and pack things first, You don't need to pack up, let's go straight away. We have all our things with you. In this way, the group set out directly. A month later, they also returned to the Uchiha station. The first time Shubai came back, he was called by Uchiha Tajima. In the Uchiha clan conference hall. Elder Shubai, this time I went out for 4 months and brought back 3 families. Very good, and they are all powerful families. What rewards are needed, just say directly. Uchiha Tajima also directly said to Shubai. Team leader, you know. My abilities are a bit special, and I don't have a high demand for items. So Shubai boldly asked. The team leader can release 10S ranked ninjutsu for me to copy. Shubai also said directly. Now, he can use S-level ninjutsu. SS level, still need to wait until the 6th level. It's still far away, so it's better to have some points. As for things such as money, it has no effect at all for Shubai now. Ha ha ha, really worthy of being a member of our Uchiha clan. If you change to someone else, you will definitely ask for a lot of supplies. But you only need me to release 10S level ninjutsu to you, okay. After Uchiha Tajima heard what Shubai said, he also said 3 good words in succession. You know, the Uchiha clan's supplies are not particularly large at this time. If Shubaishi speaks loudly, it might really make Uchiha Tajima dissatisfied. Shubai didn't know it, but an unintentional act made him instantly rise in Uchiha Tajima's heart. By the way, Elder Shubai, are you at the level of Shinobu now? Uchiha Tajima also asked directly. Yes, Shubai said directly without concealment. Okay, then don't do anything special. From now on you will be the 16th elder of the family. Uchiha Tajima also directly rectified Shubai's name, and at the same time came up with a piece with 16 numbers on it. The elder's suit was handed to Shubai. Thanks to the patriarch. The patriarch, I have one more thing to tell you. My strength is still a bit low. After returning this time, I want to apply to the Libra clan's residence. I promised them that I would treat them. Shubai also said directly. I heard Damu talk about this, but if you go now, will you? It's okay, because of my special physique, their disease can't affect me. Another point, if they are free of disease, it will be an improvement in our strength. Shubai also directly replied. Ha ha ha, the genius of the Uchiha clan and you, the lucky star, it is impossible to not be strong. Okay, this matter is left to you. Uchiha Tajima also said directly. And Shubai released 6 ninjas in Uchiha Tajima, and left directly. The reason for leaving is, Patriarch, I can only copy 1 ninjutsu every day. After leaving here, Shubai also went straight back to his home. When he reached the door of his house, Shubai almost didn't dare to go in. Because the original small house has now become a large house with 2 floors. It seems that his efforts have also been rewarded. I'm back. Shubai opened the door and walked directly in. Welcome home, Shubai, eat first or take a bath first. At this moment, Uchiha Kuna stepped forward and asked directly. Let's eat first. By the way, big sister, where's your mother? Shubai said slowly without seeing his mother. Mother and Ozawa Minako are together, and the second sister is also there. They are making clothes for you. Uchiha Kuna also said slowly. Well, I'll go find them first. By the way, my sister, now I am the official elder of the family. There will be a lot of people who propose marriages in the future, don't be picky. Shubai joked, and left directly. And Uchiha Kuna also stood there with a happy face, until Shubai's figure disappeared. She slowly left and went to the kitchen. After Shubai came to the door of his mother Uchiha Rongrong, he also knocked gently on the door. Mother, I'm back, Shubai said slowly. Shubai is back, come in. Uchiha Rongrong also said directly. Okay, mother. After Shubai heard his mother's words, he opened the door directly and walked in. At this time, the 3 women were making clothes for Shubai inside. Mother, second sister, Minako, I'm back. Shubai also said directly. Welcome home, Zukin, go and cook for your eldest sister. I will talk to Shubai for a while. Uchiha Rongrong also said directly. I know my mother, I'll go first. Brother, welcome home. Uchiha Zukin also left after saying a word. After Uchiha Zukin left, Shubai also walked to the side and sat down. White, I already know about you and Minako. And, I know about your physical problems. What I want to say is, if you can't solve this, I will take Minako to do my job. Daughter, if it can be resolved, Minako is willing to wait for you. Uchiha Young waited until Shuchin left, and said directly. At this time, Shubai was a little embarrassed. Unexpectedly, Minako would tell her mother everything. Mother, this problem is caused by my special ability. In a few years, my restrictions will be lifted. At that time, I will be no different from ordinary people. Shubai also replied directly. You know, this is the Warring States period. If you say that you can't tell the truth about it, it might be bigger than when he was a trash to his mother. Therefore, Shubai also explained. That's it, Minako, you heard it too. If that's the case, would you like to wait for us, Shubai? Uchiha Rongrong also looked to the side of Ozawa Minako. I am willing. Ozawa Minako also gave an affirmative answer. Although Shubai and Ozawa Minako have no feelings, he also has his own dignity as a man. After hearing Ozawa Minako's consent, his vanity was also greatly satisfied. You know, Ozawa Minako is a complete beauty. Being able to make such a beautiful woman fall in love with Shubai didn't even dare to think about it in Shubai's previous life. At this time, Shubai felt really good about being in this world for the second time. The 3 of them also walked out of the room after chatting for a while. Now Uchiha Yongyang really regards Ozawa Minako as his family, so he took her to help cooking. Shubai was refused entry to the kitchen, and walked to the pond of his house without incident. It seems I can run on the water now. Seeing the pond, Shubai suddenly remembered the operation of standing on the water in ninjutsu. So Shubai also tried to gather his chakras on his feet, stretched out 1 foot, and slowly stepped on the water. Yeah, it seems okay. After 1 foot stood firmly on the water, Shubai also raised his other foot. But at this moment, the chakra around Shubai was out of balance and fell into the water instantly. Fortunately, Shubai can swim, otherwise he would really become the first ninja ever drowned in a pond. After looking at the water, Shubai decided to start with climbing trees. Hard things should be easier to operate. So there was a popping sound again in the yard, and sometimes Shubai's muffled noise could be heard. Although Shubai's settings are now more tolerant, he has only achieved chakra's volume and physical skills, and the operation is still far behind. When Uchiha Kuna came to ask him to eat, Shubai was already covered in dirt. As a last resort, I took a shower and changed clothes before coming to eat. In the next few days, Shubai practiced at home. At the same time, he also went to Uchiha Tajima to receive his own reward for ninjutsu pickup. And finally, the ninjutsu released by Uchiha Tajima was used with the Shilunion, so Shubai also got 3 bonus points for Shilunion. Now my writing round eye progress has reached 6/10, and it's almost 4 points. And although his mother and sister also opened the writing wheel, they are all medical attributes and will not fall at all. Therefore, at this time, Shubai also shifted his purpose to fat them. After all, when they were in the Shuewu clan before, they had also fallen. But after trying it, I found that it didn't work at all. At this time, Shubai is somewhat square. What are the conditions for this to fall? But apart from the two of them, Shubai had no acquaintances at all. Finally, helpless, he also found Uchiha Oki. After obtaining 2 primary writing wheels, Uchiha Oki will no longer drop when used again. It seems that this drop should be related to strength. Anyway, I am not in a hurry now, let's go and see Shanshu first. This thing is super powerful for chakra and body improvement, maybe I will become even more terrifying chakra capacity than the tail beast. After making the decision, Shubai also reported to Uchiha Tajima, and went directly to the residence of the Libra clan. Their station was on a mountain on the east side of Uchiha's clan. Shubai spent a day and rushed there. Elder Zubai, you are finally here. We thought, okay, I just have something to deal with after I come back. After all, I am also an elder. Well, I am here to help you with treatment. I will stay with you for a long time, and I will definitely find a solution. Yes, Shubai also said directly. Now Libra Liwei's question is justified. After all, they have been here for a few months, and Shubai has not had any information. But now that Shubai is here, they are relieved. After all, it's all here. If you want to betray, you will be killed directly. This is the clan land of the Uchiha clan. Well, I will first find a place to build a residence. I may be here for a while. Shubai also said directly. We have arranged a residence for the elders, please here. In this way, Shubai also stayed here. In addition to daily practice, he is looking for the source of Shanshu chakra. However, with the arrival of Shubai, the Shanshu chakra here is increasing day by day. Coupled with the special physique of the Libra clan, it can absorb such Shanshu chakra. Therefore, there will be the ability to transform. But Shubai has no effect here. Perhaps, this should only be the Libra clan who has the ability to transform. Half a month later, Shubai's current chakra has reached the level of elite tolerance. But at this time, it seemed to be saturated, and there was no way to continue using it. At this time, Shubai also took out the gift package he got when he upgraded to level 3. System, open the upgrade package. Congratulations to the host, get the 8-door ninjutsu Dunjia. Seeing the ninjutsu he had developed, Shubai's face also showed ecstasy. Shubai knows that this ninjutsu is still with Kai. But before, Madara said during the war that he had seen this ninjutsu. Originally, Shubai thought this was Metka's ancestors, but after checking the current family, there was no such thing as Mat. Perhaps the standard they teach Baman Dunjia is thick eyebrows. But now that I have opened it by myself, this can be regarded as one of my own assassins. After Shubai opened the 8 gates of Dunjia, he also opened the 5th gate of Duman in an instant. It was at this time that Shubai found that his panel had changed. Host, Shubai Uchiha Shubai. Age, 15. Pickup level 3, pickup times per day 9. Pickup experience, 369 900ths. Chakra, 4,905 thousandths, the elite is forbearance. Physical skills, 2,383 thousandths, the strength evaluation elite is Shinobu. Master Ninjutsu, Instant Shuriken, Shuriken Elite, Shadow Clone, Fire Done Little Fire Snake, Fire Done Flame of Annihilation, Fire Done Blasting Bird. Ninjutsu to be mastered, 5100ths for Shuiden Thousand Rain Needle, and 5100ths for Thunder's Unli. Blood Succession Boundary, Right Round Eyes, Open Progress 8/10. Pick up attributes today, 9/9. Warehouse. S-Class Ninjutsu Thunder Dungeon Dark Thundercrow, Thunder Dungeon Blue Dragon Break, Fire Dungeon Sky Flame Explosion, A-Level Ninjutsu, Fire Dun Fire Dragon Swallowing, Fire Dun Beard Hand. B-Level Ninjutsu Fire Escape Fire Extinguishing 16, Fire Escape Super Phoenix Fire Technique 1-5, Fire Escape True Fire Extinguishing 2, Insect Technique Eavesdropping Insect 1, Insect Technique Parasite 2, Insects Explosive Insects 2. Special Items. Shanshu Chakra 21. Equipment. Kusunaru Sword Village Masaru. In the past few days, he has chakra due to the Devouring Fairy technique, and now his chakra has reached the level of Elite Supreme Ninja. After opening the Duman, the physical skills were also promoted to this level. Coupled with his constant practice of controlling chakra during this period, Shubai can now fight against an elite Shangren without using his own reserve ninjutsu. If you use the ninjutsu in the warehouse, even if Uchiha Tajima, Senju Koma and Hyuga Tenin are here, Shubai will be able to deal with it. Of course, just deal with it 1 or 2 times, and then you can only hit the street. After all, they are called the most powerful 3 people right now, and their strength is not to boast. After releasing his state of opening the 8-door Dunjia, Shubai also discovered a problem, that is, when he just released Duman, his body sensed the source of Shanshu Chakra. But this is the first time the 8-door Dunjia has been opened, and it shouldn't last too long. After all, this thing is not good for the body if it is turned on for too long. Now there is the direction of Shanshu Chakra, which is from the clan. Shubai also quickly went in the direction he felt, and soon came to an ancestral hall. Shubai knew this ancestral hall. He had seen this ancestral hall before when he was in the Libra clan. Moreover, behind this ancestral hall is Wukai Pond. This colorful pool was formed after they came here. Elder Shubai, is there anything special here? At this time, Libra Liwei also came to Shubai's side and said slowly. What is here? Shubai also asked. This is the ancestral hall of our family. When we die, it will turn into a pool of water. Inside is a big tank, and inside is our ancestors. Libra Liwei also said directly. After hearing Libra Liwei's words, Shubai almost vomited. What kind of death is this? Even if it is the secret technique of the Ghost Lamp clan water escape, it will not die like this. Can I take a look? Although Shubai was a little sick, he still wanted to know the secret behind this. Yes, Libra Liwei also took out a key and opened the door of the ancestral hall. After Libra Liwei opened the door, a powerful celestial chakra appeared in front of Shubai. At this time, Shubai also discovered that the Shanshu chakra here was not a primary chakra, but an intermediate chakra. It seems that this is the place I have been looking for. Patriarch Libra, this big tank is. This was picked up by our Libra clan before. Because of its unlimited storage function, it was used as an item for storing ancestors. Libra Liwei also said slowly. Oh, so, did you engrave the lines on this, or are they natural? I must have looked at the lines on the top and asked directly. This should have been there when it was obtained. Because it has been passed down for many generations, I am not very clear. Libra Liwei also said helplessly. They didn't pay attention to this thing. Who would go and study the lines on the urn of his own house? Of course, I must not be a member of the Libra clan, so my attention is also on other things, so I also noticed this pattern. Moreover, this thing looks more and more like a psychic forbearance. Because if you spread it out, it will be a summoning formation. After thinking of this, Shubai also directly picked up a branch and began to copy the formation on the ground. Soon, Shubai copied the entire pattern onto the ground. At this moment, Libra Liwei squatted on the ground with a pained expression. Patriarch Libra, you know, this is about to transform. Seeing Libra Liwei's body began to change. Seeing this scene, Shubai immediately wiped off the formation on the ground. After the formation was erased, Libra Liwei's situation was obviously better. Come on, this formation is the source of Shanshu Chakra. Patriarch Libra, you take your tribe to exit here first. Feel free to find a place to stay first. If your body changes, our tribe will use illusions against you and don't resist. This way, your body won't be too much. Great damage. I may know the cause of your body's sudden change. Shubai also raised Libra Liwei and said directly. Okay, we will stay away as soon as possible. But which Uchiha adult shall we look for now? Libra Liwei also said directly. When you go to Uchiha Oki, I told you to go. He is my master and will help you. Shubai said again. Understand, Elder Zubai is careful about everything. Got it. In this way, Libra Liwei directly summoned his own people and left here. After waiting 2 hours, Shubai estimated that at this time, there was no one in the Libra clan's residence, and he also used his own fairy technique chakra again to start copying. I'm going, it's a bit expensive. It actually used up all my chakras, but as soon as this thing looks, ah. Before Shubai finished speaking, a big hole appeared under his feet, and Shubai fell into it in an instant. Ah, I seem to be the end. Shubai, who was still screaming, found that he had only fallen for 0.001 seconds and then fell to the ground. Is this hole so shallow? But when Shubai raised his head, he found that there was no hole in him, there was only a blue sky, and it was clear. Stop, what is this place? Suddenly, Shubai also realized that he might have reached an incredible place. Moreover, the clammy atmosphere here is really unaccustomed. At this moment, a creature that Shubai hated the most during his lifetime appeared in front of him. And it's a super slug who ate swelling vegetarian. Are you a human? Just when Shubai was panicking, the slug in front of him actually spoke. He spoke. No, this is the Naruto world, you are a psychic beast slug. Can talk, you are a slug fairy. At this time, Shubai also calmed down. Did he say he came to the Wetbone Forest? Didn't it mean that the transformation ability of the Libra clan was affected by the Earth Dragon Cave? Why didn't he go to Earth Dragon Cave, but came to the Wetbone Forest? I am not a mortal slug, I am a clone of a mortal slug. You haven't answered my question yet, are you a human? The big slug said again. After hearing what the slug said, Shubai also slowly stood up. Now that you have come to the land of the immortal family, you can't lose the face of the human race, right? In order to prove that he is the for good youth, successful communist, prosperous, lord, and righteous successor. Shubai decided to talk to this big slug in an elegant and calm manner. Yes, I am a human being. I don't know, can I learn your fairy skills? In an instant, the serious look on Shubai's face disappeared, and it turned into a flattery. That's right, in front of Shanshu, what kind of dignified face, how much chakra is worth? Learn immortality, let me see, said the big slug, crawling directly towards Shubai. Then, slowly climbed onto Shubai's body. Although Shubai really wanted to sprinkle a handful of salt on it at this time, for the sake of Shanshu, endure it. Unexpectedly, you are actually a member of the Uchiha clan, but why do you have a yang chakra in your body? And, there is the fairy chakra from the Wetbone Forest. After the slug gave Shubai a check on his body, said in a puzzled manner. Then, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm special, don't you think it is fate for me to be here? You see, my nature is not bad, and my character is strong. Do you want to think about it and teach me immortality? Shubai said again. After hearing Shubai's words, even a slug with no bones was an exciting spirit. This guy is too narcissistic, right? Let's go. But because Shubai has the Shanshu chakra and yang attributes, the big slug also set off directly with Shubai. Shubai also showed a smile on his face after hearing what was okay. As long as you can successfully meet the slug immortal, your journey of celestial practice will be half completed. After all, as long as you see a slug fairy, there is at least half the chance of success or failure. Although the speed of slugs is very slow, the slugs here don't seem to be set at this cosmic level. That speed is almost faster than the tortoise and the hare. Soon, they came to the location of the immortal slug. And at this time, a slug like a small mountain bag appeared in front of Shubai. You are the human beings who have entered here. People of the Uchiha clan, sure enough, you don't like the cold and evil aura on your body. However, since you are here, and you have yang attributes on your body, what you said must I can teach you how to learn immortality. Immortal slug also said directly. Thank you, immortal slug. After I have succeeded in my studies, I will definitely use this ability to help the weak and save. Don't thank you too early. Our immortal technique in Wetbone Forest is not like Earth Dragon Cave and Miaomu Mountain, which provides super strong attack blessing. Instead, it increases our chakra capacity. In theory, our immortal technique can be used. Continue to practice. With your level of fairy skills, your chakra capacity will continue to increase. Even, it can exceed those few little guys. A mortal slug also said again. Improving the capacity of chakra means that this can change the size of the vessel and hold more things. Shubai also made an analogy. That's it. At the same time, you can sign a psychic contract with my clone. Although we can't help you in battle, we are experts in medical treatment. A mortal slug also said with pride. Although, it has no face. Thank you, Immortal Slug. When do we start? Shubai didn't want to chat with it here, so he asked directly. Now you can. In this way, Shubai began his practice of immortality. Half-year later, Shubai's overall attributes have undergone earth-shaking changes, because there is no other ninjutsu for Shubai to pick up, so he has been picking up Shanshu chakra for the past 6 months. And the Shanshu chakras here are all advanced. In addition, he was practicing immortal art, so in half a year, he felt the bottleneck. So Shubai also directly found Immortal Slug and said goodbye to it. By the way, Immortal Slug, I have a question to ask you. Some of my friends, because of the influence of Shanshu chakra for a long time, their bodies have mutated. When they mutated, Shubai also told the Slug Immortal about the variation of the Libra clan, and wanted to ask if there is any way to solve it. There are such peculiar families, and they are considered to be predestined with us. This is my mucus. You take this back and let them take it regularly. Within a year, they will be able to solve the problem that they cannot control after their transformation. But tell them to transform as little as possible. Because they don't have yang attributes, they will still affect their lifespan after transforming. Immortal Slug also said directly. Looking at the big bucket of mucus in front of him, to be honest, Shubai refused. If it weren't for the space to carry around, I would have really refused. Thank you, Slug Immortal, I went back. Well, how can I go back? When Shubai said this, he didn't seem to find a way to go back. How did you come when you came, and you can go back as you go? It's just that you have to use that technique in the reverse direction. Reverse psychic technique, start. After the voice of Immortal Slug fell, a summoning formation appeared under Shubai's feet. The next moment, he fell in again. Shubai didn't call this time, but calmly waited for him to return to the Hokage world. A few seconds later, Shubai was also exposed to the air. This is how the psychic beast feels when psychic, it feels nothing. Shubai moved his body. I have been in the wet bone forest for these years. Although I don't eat bugs like celebrities, slugs are vegetarian. This caused Shubai to follow the vegetarian diet for half a year. Now Shubai looks yellow and thin. However, the breath exuding from the body is still very powerful. Shubai found that the place where he appeared was still the residence of the Libra clan, but there was no one here. Could it be said that in the past 6 months of cultivating, what has happened to the great battle? Thinking of this, Shubai dared to go to his own home quickly. After Shubai entered the residence of the Uchiha clan, he found that there were very few people in the clan. At this time, a familiar person appeared in Shubai's sight. Uchiha Byakai, why are you here? What happened? Why are there so many people in the clan? Shubai also asked directly. Who do you think you are? Why should I answer your question? Uchiha Byakai looked at Shubai with disdain, and said slowly. Because I am the 16th elder, if you don't say anything, I have the right to deal with you. Shubai also put on his elder uniform and said slowly. You, here. In the end, Uchiha Byakai also gave in and told Shubai what had happened. It turned out that the Hyuga clan attacked Uchiha, causing a lot of casualties. The most important thing is that Madara's younger brothers also died in this attack. Uchiha Tajima was furious and took someone directly to fight Hyuga. Although the relationship between the Senju clan and the Hyuga clan is good, this time it is indeed the fault of the Hyuga clan, and the Senju clan has no reason to act. This incident has been happening for 2 months, and the people of the Libra clan have also followed. After hearing the news, Shubai also went home to report his safety. Forcibly asked Byakai to lead the way and went to the battlefield. Soon, they came to the battle station of the Uchiha clan. Byakai, why are you, Elder Zubai, are you here too? After they arrived, a dark guard appeared in front of them. Seeing Shubai's arrival, he was also very surprised. You know, Shubai has been missing for a long time. I want to see the patriarch. Shu Bai is now an elder, and speaks with confidence. Okay, here, the Dark Guard said directly. Bai Kai, go back by yourself, or report to the distribution department. I'll go first. Shu Bai was not embarrassed for nothing. After all, when a person's strength reaches a certain level, he won't be more real with the little shrimp around him. Soon, Shu Bai and the Dark Guard came to the headquarters together. Patriarch, Elder Zubai, the 16th elder is here. After the Dark Guard said these words, he disappeared directly. Hearing the words of the Dark Guard, Uchiha Tajima also turned around in surprise and looked at Shu Bai behind him. Where have you been in the past few months? Uchiha Tajima asked in the first sentence. You know, as the elder of a family, he disappeared inexplicably for half a year. Uchiha Tajima was polite enough without revoking Shu Bai's elder status. In the past 6 months, I was trapped in a strange place. Just 3 days ago, I returned to the residence of the Libra clan inexplicably. After hearing the news of the war, I also rushed here as soon as possible. Shu Bai also said directly. So, your strength, I can't see through your current strength. At this time, Uchiha Tajima was also surprised to find that he couldn't see Shu Bai's strength anymore. You know, he is the best in the patriarch level. Previously, it could be seen that Shu Bai was a high-level cultivation base, but now, he only felt that Shu Bai in front of him was a huge collection of chakras. I should have reached the level of elite ninjutsu now, and after half a year of disappearing this time, I also learned a special ninjutsu. Spiritualism. After Shu Bai finished speaking, he also bit his own finger and directly summoned his psychic, the slug. Is there anything special about this soft psychic beast? Uchiha Tajima has never seen a slug immortal, so he doesn't know the characteristics of a slug at all. They are the best medical ninjas, and they also have avatars. They can be used as a portable medical ninja on the battlefield. Although it consumes a lot of my chakras are abundant now. Shu Bai also said directly. Okay, these guys, Hyuga, are not dead this time. Elder Zubai, you really deserve to be the lucky star of my Uchiha clan. Ha ha ha, Uchiha Tajima also laughed. You know, looking at the casualties of his own tribe these days, Uchiha Tajima hasn't laughed for a long time. After reporting the situation, Shu Bai followed Uchiha Tajima to a big map. Elder Shu Bai, come and take a look. This is where we are now. This is where the Hyuga clan is located. Have you found anything? Uchiha Tajima said slowly. Here, it looks like a pocket. Shu Bai also said directly. Yes, that's it. You said, what would be the effect if we give him a suffocation? Uchiha Tajima also showed a smile on his face. Mangtan, what do you mean? Shu Bai understood a little bit, but in order to be sure, he asked. Can't you directly release ninjutsu? How much can you release now? 10. Shu Bai also said directly. Although more can be released, Shu Bai did not say anything. You know, Shu Bai is now at level 4. Only 2 levels short, he can use SS level ninjutsu. At that time, as long as you have enough accumulation, a set of 8 sects and countless ninjutsu, who can handle it? After the two discussed in the house, Uchiha Tajima also assigned Shu Bai a place to live. After returning to his tent, Shu Bai also took a look at the first S-level ninjutsu he possessed with large-scale damage. Fire escaped Susao's fury. Although it is not the same as Susao, this ninjutsu is infinitely close to the existence of SS-level ninjutsu. Moreover, Uchiha Tajima said, 10 days later, it was time for them to launch a general attack. At that time, wait for Shu Bai to release the 10 Susao's wrath by himself. Then the rest of the clan rushed forward, and the Hyuga clan was finished. However, Shu Bai was still a little tangled at this time. After all, he still liked the character Hinata very much. I hope my actions this time will not affect Hinata's birth. 10 days passed quickly, and at this time, Shu Bai was also lying on his bed. Tomorrow is the beginning and end of the battle. This night is really a bit difficult. System, open the upgrade package. I originally wanted to open the package after returning home. But now Shu Bai distance upgraded to level 5, which is also fast. Therefore, Shu Bai also decided to open it directly. Maybe, I can surprise myself. Congratulations to the host, get the Book of Seal. The voice of the system machinery also rang. When hearing this prop, Shu Bai was dull. After a short 0.0001 second, Shubai jumped straight up. My god, it's the Book of Seals, this is the Book of Seals. Shubai couldn't believe it. This system actually gave itself the Book of Seal now. You must know that the second generation has not yet started to develop ninjutsu, and the pillars have not yet activated Mudun. Why, it just got into your own hands like this. You know, the ninjutsu inside, except for the multiple shadow avatars learned by celebrities, the rest are truly forbidden. Even Dirt turned around. It's conceivable that if you learn the ninjutsu inside, will anyone in this world be your opponent? Even the hidden boss, Heiju, came out with the same amount of seconds. Thinking of this, Shubai couldn't help but want to see what ninjutsu inside. Opened the first volume. It really was a familiar multiple shadow avatar technique. Although Shubai only mastered the clone technique now, the shadow clone was just getting started. But now that I have a lot of chakras, I must learn this is not a difficult task. At that time, oneself will be an army. In the current ninja world, it's like a bug. By the way, my existence is itself a bug. Slowly, Shubai also stabilized his emotions, ready to open the second volume. But at this moment, permissions appeared above. It takes 8 levels to unlock. Seeing the words appearing on it, Shubai is also dumbfounded. What are you playing here? 8th level, now I'm just about to be level 4, so I ran out of level 8 all at once. The original Full of Blood was also instantly extinguished. It was also at this time that Shubai sorted out a truth. That is, none of the systems is a good thing, it is always such an appetite. After sorting out his own things, Shubai also put the sealed book into his personal space, and went to bed directly. But at this moment, a pair of black eyes were staring at Shubai. This guy is the guy who discovered me last time. Why, I feel that he has a special aura on his body, which doesn't belong to this world. At this time, Heiju also looked at Shubai with a puzzled look. Because this time Black never used the ability, and was not killed. In addition, Shubai was too excited to obtain the sealed book before, so he did not find the existence of Heiju. HMPH, don't care about you, anyway, you are neither Asura nor Indra. Time will take you away, so I don't need to worry about it. Moreover, you can help me complete my task. Heiju smiled. Also disappeared directly. One night passed quickly, and Shubai got up early in the morning and went outside the tent. Seeing the beautiful sunrise in front of him, Shubai also sighed. It seems that God won't help you, Hyuga. Shubai stood in front of the camp for almost half an hour, and the sun also covered the ground. At this time, Uchiha Tajima also appeared behind Shubai. Elder Shubai, how about it, are you ready? Uchiha Tajima said slowly. Ready. But, the Hyuga clan. Well, I know you haven't participated in such a large-scale battle. But today you don't have to do anything, you don't have to think about it. At that time, after you directly release your ninjutsu, you can leave early. Uchiha Tajima also interrupted Shubai's words and said slowly. After hearing what Uchiha Tajima said, Shubai also nodded. After all, as a member of the Uchiha clan, he is not setting such a good thing when he speaks for the Hyuga clan. Moreover, Madara's younger brother and countless children are also innocent. The children of the Uchiha clan who were killed in a surprise attack had never been on the battlefield and had done nothing wrong. But it is because of this world, this war-torn world. Their young lives came to an end in this way. When do you start? Shubai said slowly. Right now. After Uchiha Tajima's voice fell, 10 guards also appeared behind Shubai. In this way, they set off directly. And these guards are not simple guards, they are all dead soldiers of the Uchiha clan. After arriving at the resident area of the Hyuga clan, it was the first time that he encountered obstacles. You know, the Hyuga clan is blind. This bloodline boundary that can see through the chakra flow and super long distance sight is very powerful. You know, they became one of the 3 big families in this world because of this blood inheritance boundary. Although it is not as good as the Uchiha clan and the Senju clan. But apart from their 2 big families, the Hyuga clan is the strongest. Moreover, Hinata Tenin is known as the 3 great masters who must exist in Uchiha Tajima between Wazunochi. That hand of Jujitsu, don't just play too much. Uchiha clan, are you really trying to force us? The incident was a misunderstanding, we were all framed. At this time, the Hyuga clan who came over said directly. Forcing you, our Uchiha clan did not let you attack us. Moreover, your attack also caused the death of our family members. Now, you tell me, we are forcing you. Shu didn't want to do anything. After hearing the other party's words, Bai became furious in an instant. You know, Shu Bai in his previous life is an orphan. So he values family affection very much. Now, he is a member of the Uchiha clan, so the Uchiha clan is his family and relatives. But now someone has killed his own people, and they still say that we forced him. This made Shu Bai also furious in an instant. No need to say anything, do it. Shu Bai also ordered directly. Now, as the highest ranking existence here, he has the right to give orders. Huo Dun Fury of Suzuo. Shu Bai also directly released his ninjutsu. Of course, not all of them were taken out. After all, the 10s ranked ninjutsu still made Shu Bai a little reluctant. Therefore, Shu Bai just released 5s level ninjutsu all at once. After all, the 5s ranked ninjutsu that the person in front of you instantly fired was enough. After all, when he released this ninjutsu, there was no chakra flowing. Therefore, they can't find it either. Seeing Shu Bai's action, the 10 secret guards around him also directly attacked. Fire escape set fire explosion. At this time, 10 guards used the same skill. That is the fire explosion. This ninjutsu is only A-level ninjutsu, but when it is released, it can concentrate the flames in front of you and explode. Because Shu Bai released 5s ranked ninjutsu, he needed 10 elite ninjutsu to control it. After all, it is still somewhat difficult to gather a SS level ninjutsu with an A-level ninjutsu. In an instant, the Hyuga clan in front of them also disappeared in this big explosion. Although their abilities are very good, their physical skills are also very powerful. But under Shu Bai's surprise attack, they also disappeared into the flames instantly. Elder 16, we are now. Keep going, I don't believe that Hyuga Tianren can keep hiding. I want to see why they came to attack us Uchiha. Behind this incident, there must be something we don't know. Shu Bai also said directly. At the next moment, they also continued to move forward. This huge explosion also awakened all the exhausted Hyuga clan. One after another, they opened their eyes and probed the situation. At this time, Hyuga Tenin also slowly walked out of his house. Patriarch, let's go meet them. They should come, they will come. At this time, they should have already set off. Although I don't know why they missed the appointment last time. But now, they will definitely take action. Hyuga Tenin after speaking, he also disappeared directly in the clan land. After seeing Hyuga Tenin disappeared, the people of the Hyuga clan also rushed to the battlefield. Soon, they met Shu Bai and the others. I don't know which elder of the Uchiha clan is headed this time. Hyuga Tenin said directly. I'm Uchiha Zubai, the 16th elder of the Uchiha clan. It's Hinata Forbearance, right? Shu Bai also said slowly. At this time, Shu Bai had already picked up 9 white eyes. But it seems that the conditions for opening white eyes are more difficult, requiring 100. But Shu Bai can only pick up 9 times a day, although Shu Bai is also very coveted for the ability to roll eyes. But he is not a guy who is bewildered by power, and he will not take the initiative to hunt down the Hyuga clan. Uchiha Imaginary White, look at your chakras and meridians. You are only a teenager, how could there be such a huge chakra? At this time, Tianren Hyuga asked in surprise. Even if Shu Bai's chakra is compared with the existence of the patriarch level, it is only a lot more. Although Shu Bai couldn't control this huge chakra very well, in the eyes of Hinata Tenobu, it was a very powerful existence. This is, sometimes what the eyes see is not true. Eyes sometimes become the biggest reason to confuse yourself. I am 15 years old now, but if you underestimate the enemy because I am young, I will leave you with memories that will never be forgotten for a lifetime. Shu Bai also said slowly. At this time, Shu Bai really didn't want to say anything, but wanted to instantly release his remaining 5s level ninjutsu. But Shu Bai knew that after releasing these 5s level ninjas, Hyuga Tianren would not die. After all, his Bagua palm is very powerful. No, we won't underestimate you. But now, don't you wonder why we dare to do this? Hyuga Tenin also said slowly. Although Shu Bai looks very powerful, Hyuga Tenin knows that Shubai is far behind Uchiha Tajima. With his own strength, he could directly kill Shubai in front of him. But if you kill him now, then Uchiha Tajima will definitely take all of them to besiege. It should be okay to stop Uchiha Tajima by then, but what about his own people? They don't have their own cultivation base. Therefore, there is only one thing Hyuga Tianren wants to do, and that is to delay time until they do it. Doubts. There is no need for doubt in this world. As for the answer, I will find it myself. If this is your last word, then go to death. Fire escape, extinguish the fire. At this time, Shubai did not use Suzuo's fury. After all, this is one of his own assassins, isn't it? Instead, 10 violent fires were extinguished but released. Are these young people so impetuous? Soft fist and gossip breaking the mountain. At this time, Tianren Hyuga also raised his hand. In the next moment, all the flames disappeared under the fist of Hinata Tenin. Moreover, Shubai was also repelled hundreds of meters. Feeling the powerful impact, Shubai's hand trembled a little. Is this the fighting power of the Patriarch level? No, this has surpassed the strength of the Patriarch level. The current Hyuga Tenin probably already has the strength of Madara and Zuma in the future, right? It is estimated that if the difficulty of the Buddha on the top of the pillar or the beast of Madara appears here, it may not be able to completely defend against the full blow of Hyuga Tenin. This is just a soft fist and a mountain-breaking blow. If he is now releasing an 80 empty shot, it is estimated that Shubai is already a corpse. You really deserve to be the strongest of the Hyuga clan, this punch is so powerful. Shubai forcibly stabilized his body, and after he stopped shaking, Shubai said slowly, "The strength of this guy is really strong, and his body will involuntarily fear and tremble." Elder Shubai, right, your chakra is very strong, but you are also very young. You are not my opponent now, can't we really talk about it? Hyuga Tenin said again. After hearing Hinata Tenin's words, Shubai's face also showed a look of embarrassment. There is nothing to talk about, Elder Shubai, you go back first, and we will hold them back. At this moment, a guard stood in front of Shubai and said slowly. At the same time, Shubai also saw it, he had already opened the 3 Guyu riding wheel. Turning around and looking at the other people around him, they also opened the riding wheel. Although it is very strange, why is there no right round eye drop now? But now, it is not the time to think about this. Retreat, Shubai said directly. Elder, I said, quit, isn't it? You don't listen to what I'm saying now. Shubai also raised his own voice and scolded angrily. After hearing Shubai's words, the dark guard stood behind Shubai again. Let's talk about it, Patriarch Hyuga. Shubai also sat down directly and said slowly. After seeing Shubai's attitude, Hyuga Tianren was also relieved. He didn't want to fight directly face to face with Uchiha Tajima, especially when the battlefield was in his own clan. Aren't you surprised? Why did we attack your station? You know, although we are not in the same camp as Uchiha, we don't do such an idiot move, don't we? Hyuga Tien said slowly. I don't care about this, I only look at the results. The current takeover is that our people were killed by you. Then, your current attitude is still innocent. Think about it for yourself, if this happened your family land. Will you listen to us say the reason? Shubai said directly. It is true that we did the wrong thing, but the reason for this thing is the Thousand Hands clan. Their elder Qin Shou Shui Shi contacted us and said that they would join forces to attack you. After we shot, they did not see them. This time you are out of the clan, we also contacted the Thousand Hands clan. The Thousand Hands Buddhism who learned this information should not give up this good opportunity. You, could it be? What? After Shubai said these words, he also turned around and left. When the dark guards heard these words, they also knew how influential the incident was. Therefore, without saying anything, he followed Shubai and left directly. Patriarch, is it really good for us to do this? This is a good opportunity, why not? They pitted us last time, and this time, they are back. Also, if Uchiha Tajima learns that his clan land was broken by Senju, what good results can we have? I can survive, but you guys what? Hyuga Tenin also interrupted the people around him. After hearing what Hyuga Tenin said, this tribe also shut up. Well, this time our injury is also very serious. Let's close the clan first. Also, next to the mine of the Uchiha clan, give it to them. After Hyuga Tenin finished, he also shook his head and left slowly. At this time, Shubai also returned to Daing. After Shubai returned to the camp, he also went directly to Uchiha Tajima. This matter is very important, Uchiha Tajima needs to know the first time. What? This incident was caused by a guy from the Senju clan. After hearing Shubai's words, Uchiha Tajima also stood up with an expression of anger, and said slowly. Hinata Tenin said this. I don't know if it's true or not. But we can't gamble because our family is there. Shubai also said slowly. Go back. Although somewhat unwilling, Uchiha Tajima also directly ordered. After hearing Uchiha Tajima's words, Shubai's face also showed a relieved expression. You must know that your mother, sister, and Minako are all in the Uchiha clan. If Senju attacked them, they would all die. This is the most unacceptable thing for Shubai. Therefore, at this time, Shubai was also the first group to set off. It's not far from the family, it's only 3 days away. In addition, Shubai is very impatient now, so he will be there in 2 days. However, at this moment, Shubai and his party also ran into the sneaking Chinsho clan. Seeing their appearance, Shubai also knew that what Hinata Tenin said was not wrong, it was the conspiracy of the Thousand Hands clan. These guys have a good calculation. First, he pitted the Hyuga clan, and then took advantage of the hatred of the two clans, and then sneaked on the Uchiha station. At that time, Uchiha Tajima will go crazy and attack the Hyuga clan, and with the existence of Hyuga Tenin, the best result is that the Hyuga clan is completely destroyed, leaving behind the strongest Hyuga Tenin. And the Uchiha clan will not get better there. At that time, Hyuga Tenin had no choice but to ask the Senju clan for help. With the addition of a super master, plus the Thousand Hands Buddha, the time will surely be able to suppress Uchiha Tajima. Then, next, the Uchiha clan will also face annihilation. If this plan is realized, then the Thousand Hands clan will really become the most powerful race in this world. Patriarch, we, HMPH, don't need to say anything, just kill directly. Uchiha Tajima also instantly opened his kaleidoscope writing wheel. At this time, Shubai also found that an intermediate writing wheel had fallen on the ground, but now Shubai had used up the number of pickups. Looking at the writing wheel eyes on the ground, Shubai was almost not greedy. You know, Shubai hasn't opened the writing wheel until now. However, it was only a brief regret. The next moment, Shubai also directly joined the battle. Soon, this squad of 20 people was also killed by Uchiha Tajima. You know, although they have elite upper ninjas leading the team, and there are more than a dozen upper ninjas. However, in front of the angry Uchiha Tajima, it was simply vulnerable. Hurry up, they should not be the advanced troops. If we slow down, something will happen at home. After Uchiha Tajima finished speaking, he also accelerated his speed. A day later, they also returned to the residence of the Uchiha clan. Along the way, nearly 5 teams and nearly 100 people were killed. But the better thing is that at this time the Uchiha clan's clan is not in danger. After returning here, Shubai returned to his home for the first time. Although it looks like nothing happened on the surface, no one can guarantee whether someone from the Thousand Hands clan has sneaked in. All the security is fake. What Shubai has to do now is to go back and protect his family. Mother, I'm back, Shubai also said loudly after leaving the door of his house. Welcome home, Uchiha Rongrong also said directly. Little Bai, are you back? You kid, it's really time to come back. The dumplings we made were just cooked, so you are back. At this time, Uchiha Kuna also came out with a plate of dumplings and said slowly. Seeing that there was nothing wrong with his family, Shubai was also relieved. After eating dumplings, Shubai also returned to his room to rest. You know, he is very tired now. After half a year of cultivating in the wet-bone forest, he joined the war after returning. Moreover, I finally had a warm meal. This also made Shubai want to sleep instantly. 2 days later, Uchiha Tajima sent a dark guard to see Shubai. Elder Zubai, please go to the meeting room immediately. I know. After the dark guard notified Shubai, he also disappeared directly. Shubai got dressed and walked out of the room. Mother, I'm going to the meeting first. Take a good rest, and remember to protect yourself. The shadow clone technique. After Shu Bai finished speaking, he also directly used the shadow clone technique, leaving a clone of himself. Although the alarm is now lifted, Shu Bai is still uneasy. After all, it is safest to stay by yourself. Soon, Shu Bai came to the meeting room. At this time, all the elders' faces were gloomy. Elder Shu Bai, sit down. Uchiha Tajima also said slowly. Okay. After Shu Bai responded, he walked directly to his seat and sat down. After waiting for a while, all the elite Shangren gathered here. Roughly speaking, not counting the security guards now, there are hundreds of elites here. It seems that the strength of the Uchiha clan is really strong now. Maybe they didn't even think that in a few decades, this magnificent power will become only a few people left. Okay, everyone is here now. This time the incident has taught us a lesson. We were a little arrogant before. Uchiha Tajima opened his mouth and sighed and slowly said. You know, everyone from the Uchiha clan is Uchiha proud. It is really difficult for them to admit that they have failed. Patriarch, well, don't make any comments for now. Listen to me first. Now the Hyuga clan has sent the mine to the east as compensation to us. I also accepted their petition. Father, my brothers are only worth this mine. Shut up, here you want to call me the patriarch. Also, now you are only qualified to be an observer, not qualified to interrupt. Uchiha Tajima also interrupted Uchiha Madara's words, and yelled. After being reprimanded, Uchiha Madara also left the meeting room directly. You know, even now, Madara's personality has begun to change. Originally wanted to build a peaceful world with Senjujuma. But now his brother is dead, killed by the calculations of the thousands of hands. This incident also laid a foreshadowing for the future. Okay, don't worry about him. If this matter is really what Hyuga Tenin said, then our two races have been pitted by Senju. I negotiated with Hyuga Tenin yesterday, and he doesn't want to participate in this world anymore. The dispute is over. No matter who wins in the end, he will be directly attached. The Hyuga clan is now closed. And the Thousand Show clan has not given a response now. Tell me, are we going to the Thousand Show clan now? Declare war. Uchiha Tajima also stated the purpose of this meeting. After hearing what Uchiha Tajima said, everyone fell silent. Even the four elders and others who had been the main station did not speak. After all, they finally ushered in a short peace. Even the warlike Uchiha clan wanted to greedily enjoy this peace. I suggest not to take action for the time being. Our current vitality is destroyed. If we fight now, we will easily fall into an embarrassing situation where we will not be able to catch up. Therefore, what we have to do now is to take a rest first. At this time, Shu Bai, too. Stand up and speak slowly. You know, although the battle will bring more things to Shu Bai. However, Shu Bai cared more about his family. After hearing what Shu Bai said, Uchiha Tajima also thought about it. Indeed, after being attacked by the Hyuga clan this time, their juniors suffered heavy losses. Among the juniors, only Uchiha Madara and Uchiha Senna are the only ones who are outstanding. The other juniors have not met their requirements at all. Those who were originally talented, suffered heavy casualties in this sneak attack. If they start a battle now, then they must guarantee victory. Otherwise, after the loss reaches a certain level, the Uchiha clan will be in danger. At that time, the previous generation has already died, but the younger generation has not yet grown up. The Uchiha clan will become a piece of fat in the eyes of others. You know, in all these years of battle, the Uchiha clan has many enemies. When the time comes, it is easy to be annihilated. So, what they need now is time. Only when the vigorous strength is restored and the next generation grows up, can the battle be launched again. I agree with Elder 16. At this moment, Uchiha Oki also stood up directly and said slowly. With the first one, there will be other people who said that they are also supportive. Seeing everyone's reaction, Uchiha Tajima was also a direct hit. What they have to do now is not to expand, but to think about how to stabilize and not be defeated. At this time, within the Thousand Hands clan. Father, I just said, don't attack the Uchiha clan. Now. Don't say it, this matter is a bit weird. We may have found someone else's way. This matter should be arranged by a person or a force. And our three clans are all calculated. Thousand-handed Buddha is also straightforward. Said. It's calculated. Impossible. How could anyone dare to count our 3 families? You know, the entire Warring States world, our 3 families are the most powerful. Even if someone wants to calculate us, they don't have the guts. Chinsho said slowly. Hyuga Tenin told me before closing the clan to inform them that it was Elder Mizuma who had attacked the Uchiha clan. But now, Elder Mizuma has disappeared. In other words, someone used our people to pass on the fake intelligence. As for the information we got here, it should be true. However, this matter should be that the old fox Hyuga Tianren could not bear that tone and wanted to cheat us. But now is not the time to care about this. If no accidents happen, soon this guy Uchiha Tajima will fight with us with a large army. After all, we are the first to fight this time. So, go and inform everyone and prepare for the battle. Sensho Buddha said directly. After hearing the words of the Thousand Hands Buddha, everyone also retired directly. There are only 2 people left, Senjuan and Senjushima. Father, since it was calculated by others, should we follow the calculations made by others? If we were to fight the Uchiha clan at this time, wouldn't it be right in the arms of the enemy? Senju Junma still didn't want to. There was a fight, so I was still persuading. This is not something I can decide alone. Now we are very likely to face the invasion of the Uchiha clan. Therefore, this is what we must do. Senju Budama also said helplessly. You know, although this attack only lost more than 100 people. But these are all strengths above Shangnin. The most important thing is that I have been trapped by others. But at this time, he still had to do this. If I can persuade the Uchiha clan, is it your father that you won't start the battle? Senju Jutsuma said again. Persuade, you mean, you want to convince those lunatics? Don't think about it. If you can do it, I will promise you not to send troops. In time, if I pay a price, I will agree. After all, the people I'm all tired of fighting. Thousand Hands Buddha also said helplessly. As what father said is true. Really, after getting the approval of the Thousand Hands Buddha also left the clan directly. Seeing his son leave, Chinsho Buddha's face also showed a smile. After Senjujuma left the family, he also swiftly headed to his destination. Far room. I know my father. After Chinsho Janma left the Chinshozuma for a while, he also left directly. A few hours later, the pillars also reached their destination. And the people he wants to meet are also here. Mabra, are you here? Well, you are here too. I came here because of the family, how about you? Uchiha Madara mentioned the family for the first time in front of Senjuan. Me too, and I know who you are. Senjuzuzuma sat down directly, and said indifferently. I see, but it's okay. It doesn't matter what family I am. The important thing is that we are still friends, right? Uchiha Madara sat down after seeing Senjuzuzuma, and also slowly sat down. At the same time, he picked up a stone beside him and threw it into the water. Time flies quickly, we met here, 2 years have passed. And we have been friends, 2 years. Right, Uchiha Madara, Senju Junama said again. Hearing Zujian really called out his full name, Madara frowned. Yes, we have been friends for 2 years. However, Senju Junma, when did you know that I am from the Uchiha clan? Madara also said slowly. At the same time, he also called out the full name of the column. After the 2 of them had finished speaking, they were both silent. Because Zhu Jian didn't know how to answer Madara's question, after all, the 2 families had been pinching each other. And because of time, too much hatred has been accumulated. Although none of them was wrong, the blood was tainted with hatred, which could not be resolved in a few words. Oh, Madara and Zuma are here again. At this moment, Shubai also appeared. Here, said slowly. Mabra, this is the elder of our clan, Uchiha Shubai. Madara also said it directly without concealing it. Uchiha Zubai. That, with 10 guards, the elder who dared to rush to the Hyuga clan. After hearing Madara's words, Zuma said in surprise, could it be that you came here today? To wait for me to come here? Ha, I am Uchiha Madara, when do I need to do this? This nasty guy came here by myself. Madara said with an arrogant expression. Hearing the conversation between the 2, Shubai was also a little helpless. As soon as these 2 guys meet, they will automatically ignore the people around them. However, this is also normal. How can there be others in the eyes of this good friend? But, you did bring someone here. The pillars also said again. Didn't you also bring people here? This is no longer where we met at the beginning. There are other things here. Our friendship is no longer pure. Madara said, also opening the writing wheel. It was at this time that Feijian appeared beside Zujian. Fang room, why are you here? Zujian looked at the door room behind him with a puzzled expression. You know, when he came out, he didn't feel that he was following up. My father. Okay, don't say it. Now, go back right away. If anyone else comes, call them all back. If you don't go back, I will die here now. The column also said directly. Big brother, go back, said between the pillars again. Seeing Zujian's persistence, Shuima also left with a helpless expression. In fact, behind him, there are 10,000-handed elite Shangren. But at this time, they wouldn't let their young patriarch take their lives for the sake of a Uchiha clan member. After the door left, Madara's writing wheel eyes were still open. Between the pillars, if there is another time, we will no longer be friends. Regardless of this, do you know? Okay, now tell me your purpose. Madara also said slowly. I want to make peace. My father doesn't want to fight with you, because we didn't ask people to let Hyuga Tenin attack you. We are all in the game. If we fight again, we will fall into. Okay, don't say it. Do you stop when you say stop? My 5 brothers, now there is only one left. Do you know? Uchiha Madara interrupted the words between the pillars and roared loudly. I know, but because of this, we can't continue. If we continue, don't we have the enemy's will? Zujian still did not give up. At this time, Shubai also showed a smile on his face. Sure enough, it has always been like this between the pillars. It seems that mouth escape has already existed in this era. After all, the pillars are the son of the plane of this era. As long as he speaks, there is no way to stop him from hiding. However, Madara is not so easily persuaded. The dead will not come back to life again because of these words of yours. Moreover, this incident is just your tongue, it is basically your guess, right? Madara asked rhetorically. Well, the two of you have been entangled here with no effect at all. I have a way, that is, you can visit our Uchiha clan as a prisoner. 2 years later, if there is still no battle, and if we find the person who framed us, we will let you go back, how about it? At this moment, Shubai on one side couldn't stand it anymore, and he stood up and said directly. You know, if these two guys keep talking like this, it is estimated that tomorrow, there will be no results. Moreover, Uchiha Madara doesn't know the decision of the current clan, this is the best. When the time comes, Senjuzuma is in his own hands. It is estimated that he can bring peace for a while, right? Zujian, if you agree to such a request, we will still be friends. At that time, I can guarantee that you will not be treated unfairly in our clan. Uchiha Madara heard Shubai's suggestion, also said directly. Okay, I'm willing. Zujian also walked directly to Madara's side and said slowly. In this way, Zujian also followed them back. The next day, the Senju clan received a peace letter from the Uchiha clan. Although this is something that Sensho Buddha wanted to see very much, but now his son, the young patriarch of the Sensho clan, became a hostage, under the supervision of Uchiha clan. They gave it 2 years, although they don't know why, but to find out the black hand behind the scenes, Thousand Hands Buddha is not happy at all. This soft-shelled turtle, it's almost as if it's been eaten. However, the clan now recognizes that Zujian made such a sacrifice. There were some other voices before, but at this time, all of them supported Zujian as the next patriarch. Perhaps this is a blessing in disguise, right? A separate small courtyard was arranged between the pillars at this time. Without notice from Uchiha Tajima, you are not allowed to leave here. However, this small courtyard is in the residence of the Libra clan. This was arranged by Uchiha Tajima. Although the young patriarch of the Thousand Hands clan cannot be killed, it can be arranged here. At that time, by the time Sensho Zuma returned, it was estimated that he would have become a monster. After all, between the pillars is the young patriarch. If he mutates, then the blow to the Thousand Sho clan should not be too great. And this matter was kept secret from Shushiro and Madara. After all, Uchiha Tajima understood their two personalities. If he knows his plan, he might be so much higher than the set one. At this time, Shubai didn't have the heart to think about these things. He was staying in his own home, spending time with his family. The most important thing is that he found that the talents of his two sisters are not bad. Now the three Guyu writing round eyes have been opened. In other words, as long as Shu Bai gives a little guidance, they can become more powerful beings. 2 years passed by Baiju. At this time, Shu Bai was 18 years old, and Uchiha Madara was also 16 years old. At this time, the Senju clan came to the Uchiha clan. This is the first time that people from the two families have met in the conference room. Uchiha Oki stood beside Shu Bai, whispering, "It's the first time. It seems that the hatred between the two families has been a bit long." Shu Bai said with deep conviction. "Just kidding, one is the descendant of Indra and the other is the descendant of Asura. The two brothers have never been right, whether it is before death or after death. Regarding their two brothers, they have always been entangled in grievances. Don't talk about Uchiha Madara and Senjujuma, after all, it's the Sengoku period, and the two families are still facing each other. Even after Konoha was established, didn't celebrities and Sasuke fall in love with each other? So, this is not a simple family dispute at all. I didn't know that Lu Dao, the old boy, knew that his two sons were desperately working, so he didn't come out to stop him. You know, this kid is staying well in the underworld now. Patriarch Uchiha, I am Sensho Kenma. I will bring people over this time, hoping to pick up our young patriarch." Sensho Kenma also said directly. "I know, but don't you know what the promise is to us? Did you find the person who operated it secretly?" Uchiha Tajima also said slowly. "This person, we already have a clue. However, we don't know which force he comes from. He has some very powerful escape techniques. Although we found him, we didn't catch him. But we know what he is like. That's a black guy." Shu Bai stood up instantly after hearing Chinshojian's words. Sure enough, the black hand behind the scenes was Heiju. At the beginning, Datongmu Wie was sealed by Lu Dao and his younger brother, and Heiju was the third son of Datongmu Wie. It was a bit reluctant to say that it was the son, because this guy is not a person at all. It can only be said that he is an insidious collection. Moreover, Datongmu Wie at that time didn't have the time and energy to prepare carefully, so Heiju would be what he is now. "Elder Shu Bai, do you know what?" Seeing Shu Bai standing up, Uchiha Tajima asked directly. "Patriarch, I don't know if you still remember. About 2.5 years ago, we met a stalker here. Although you killed him, I remember that he was a black guy. He should be the leader this time." Now, Shu Bai also said directly. After hearing Shu Bai's words, Uchiha Tajima also remembered that existence. After all, Shu Bai was there at that time, but a big hole was dug here. "That guy, what kind of existence is this?" Uchiha Tajima said with a puzzled expression. After Shu Bai finished speaking, he also sat down directly. "This black extremity is a scourge if it exists for a day. But now, no one can catch it at all. Not to mention catching him, even if Heiju is now, they don't know." Although the Uchiha clan and the Senju clan are powerful, their perception power is not outstanding. It is estimated that only people from that family can perceive him. "Okay, let's stay here. I'll ask your young patriarch to come over." After Uchiha Tajima finished speaking, the guard behind him also disappeared directly. Soon, Senju Zuma was brought back. At this time, the column seems to be in good condition. In other words, this guy has a good life in the Uchiha clan. But at this time, Shu Bai felt it. On Chinsho Zujian's body, he felt the power of Shanshu. Could it be that Uchiha Tajima shut the pillars there? Shu Bai had a headache when he thought of this. Originally, Mu Dun hadn't awakened between Zujian, and his and Madara's strengths were still about 50-50. But now he is more terrifying than awakening Mu Dun. If Shu Bai guessed right, the pillars in the residence of the Libra clan must have been summoned by a mortal slug. Then, now you have mastered Shanshu, right? Chapter 31. Although Shu Bai was a little worried, the incident seemed to be rolling according to history. After Senju Zuma obtained the celestial technique, it is estimated that Uchiha Madara was about to open his eyes. In other words, something terrible will happen soon. The matter ended in this way, and after everyone left the meeting room, Shu Bai stayed. "Elder Shu Bai, depending on your appearance, is there anything you want to tell me, right?" Uchiha Tajima also said slowly. "Indeed, We now know who the opponent is, but we can't find him. I think we need a strong foreign aid. Shubai also said slowly. Foreign aid? What kind of foreign aid can solve the current predicament for you and me? Uchiha Tajima also asked directly. Sometimes, he found that he couldn't see through this teenage Shubai at all. Many things, as long as he said, will basically become reality. And this time, 2 years of cultivation time were exchanged for the family, which was done by Shubai alone. Therefore, when Shubai said here, Uchiha Tajima also wanted to hear what Shubai had suggested. The reason why he can come and go freely with us is because our family does not have strong sentimental ninjas. If we say, we. You mean, the Whirlpool clan. When Uchiha Tajima heard this, he also guessed what Shubai meant. Yes, that's them. As long as their people are there, they not only have a powerful sealing technique, but also a strong perception. Only in this way can we find him. Shubai also slowly said. It's a good way, but they have always made friends with the Senju clan. How can we let them come and help us? Uchiha Tajima asked again. Marriage. Marriage. Yes, it's marriage. I think it's time for the young patriarch to get married now, right? We use the young patriarch as the object of marriage, and they probably won't refuse. Shubai asked again. Just kidding, how could a powerful woman like Uzumaki Mito make a bargain for the stunned boy Senjujuma? Shubai no longer wants to see the relationship between Naruto and Naruto. He is a member of the Uchiha clan, and guarding his relatives is what he has to do now. Madara. But Madara. Father, the young patriarch is here. Shubai also said directly. Well, I'm just talking about this now, if you don't want to. My boy is willing. Uchiha Madara also said directly. At this time, Shubai also saw the bruise on the corner of Madara's mouth. Although he was hiding well, Shubai still saw it. It is estimated that this bruise is the reason that Madara changed his attitude. Moreover, it seems that this bruise was left between the pillars. Uchiha Madara must have found the pillar when they left and wanted to fight him. However, now that Zujian has mastered the fairy technique, how could Madara be his opponent? Okay, worthy of my son. Come here, immediately repair a book and send it to the Whirlpool family. Tell them that we are willing to use an iron mine in our south. Marry their princess, Uchiha Tajima also said directly. Seeing that the matter had fallen, Shubai also left. Now that the world has changed drastically, Heiju is already starting to act. You should also prepare yourself. The first priority is to make your family stronger. Only when one's own strength is strong, will there be a chance to survive. Here Shubai returned home, again guiding the practice of the two sisters. Sometimes, Shubai watched his sister have the urge to devour manure and commit suicide. The same family of Uchiha, the same father and mother. But why is this talent so far apart? Before, it was because the two of them didn't have much contact with ninjutsu, plus they hadn't opened the writing wheel before. Therefore, the family also thought that the two of them had average talents, so they directly arranged them as medical assistant ninjas. The most important thing is Uchiha's death in nothingness. There is no one who can speak in this family. Therefore, it will become what it is now. It's just that Shubai has grown up now, and he has been ranked as an elder at a young age. Now both the attitude of other people towards their family and the attitude of the family towards them have greatly changed. This is also the reason why Shubai can teach them here. Fire escape thousand flames. At this time, Uchiha Kuna also instantly released an A-level ninjutsu. Wow, my elder sister is amazing. I mastered A-level ninjutsu so soon. You know, I can release B-level ninjutsu now. Uchiha Zuken also said with envy. It's been 2 years. You learned the first B-level ninjutsu a year ago. If it wasn't for your laziness, you would have surpassed me a long time ago. Really, if we don't work hard, how can we protect ourselves? Uchiha Kuna also played Zuken's forehead and said slowly. What are we doing to protect ourselves? Xiaobai will protect us, right Xiaobai? Uchiha Zuken also said to Shubai. Yes, I will always protect you. Shubai said with a smile. This feeling of being able to protect my family is really wonderful. After 2 years, Shubai's level has now risen to level 7. Now Shubai can already master SS level ninjutsu, but Shubai still doesn't know the ninjutsu that surpasses SS level. You know, the spiral shuriken used by Naruto Uzumaki back then was only an SS level forbidden technique. Those who exceed the SS level are estimated to be the power of the 6 realms, right? However, Shubai has not seen SS level ninjutsu yet. And these few upgrades are all upgrade props. Maybe there will be novice weapon packs only in the front, right? Okay, you practice a few more times. Within today, if the second sister can't master A-level ninjutsu, I will go out. At that time, I will not be able to stay by your side to protect you, second sister. Shubai also said directly. While talking, he picked up all the ninjutsu on the ground. Although only A-level, B-level ninjutsu. But Shubai didn't care. After all, in the low-level ninjutsu, as long as there is a certain amount, Shubai can make him achieve a qualitative change. After all, Shubai also learned these ninjutsu in the past 2 years. At that time, I release these ninjas and see what changes will happen when my progress reaches 200%. Shubai, you are going out again, aren't you just coming back? Why? I have stayed at home for almost 2 years, and I haven't had any tasks for these 2 years. Okay, I think the patriarch should still ask me for help with this matter. Shubai also said slowly. As for the patriarch, then Shubai, go early and return early, so you must pay attention to your safety. Also, now that you have the siblings of the Mina children, don't mess around when you are outside. By the way, in the end, Shubai still begged for mercy under Uchiha's mouth. No matter what she said, Shubai just answered yes, well. After handling the matter here, Shubai also finished today's pickup mission. Now he can pick up 21 times a day, and now his panel is densely packed with ninjutsu. Fortunately, my own panel is not like a game warehouse with a limited number, otherwise, it would be a bit troublesome. Mother, I am Shubai. At this time, Shubai came to his mother's door and said slowly. Come in. Mother, it's been 3 days now, maybe the patriarch will come and ask the child to go outside at any time. Therefore, if the child leaves, the mother must take care of herself. Shubai also said directly. Okay, I will take care of myself. By the way, Shubai, your body. I will recover in a while, and I will do it as soon as possible. Minako, thank you very much. Shubai also said to Ozawa Minako. All servants should do. Now, because Minako has not yet become Shubai's wife, she still calls herself a slave. I've said it many times, forget it, I'll go back first. Your mother as well. After asking, Shubai also returned to his room. It has been almost 3 years since I arrived in this world, but Shubai discovered a very strange problem, that is, his body has not changed at all. There is no growth, and there is no trace of time slipping away. You know, when you were a teenager, it is the time when a person changes the most. But Shubai didn't feel any change at all. After all, it has been 3 years. After checking the ninja surgery he has now, Shubai also stretched out his hand again. Spiral pill. Slowly, the wind attributes in Shubai's hands also slowly converged. Puff, at this moment, the wind attribute air mass in his hand broke open again. Ever since Shubai obtained the chakra attribute of the wind attribute, he has been trying this skill with the protagonist's aura. But 2 years later, Shubai still didn't grasp it. Hey, let's try another ninjutsu. Looking at the spiral pill on his panel, only reaching the 5/100ths progress, Shubai also shook his head and raised his hand again, Lei Che. In the next moment, Shubai quickly gathered a powerful thunder attribute in his hands. Squeak. A harsh scream appeared instantaneously. At this time, Shubai's hand also began to ache a little. You know, this violent thunder attribute is not that simple to master. If it hadn't been for having learned the immortality by himself, it was estimated that he would be able to hurt his hand with this one. Squeak. Slowly, the bird song became smaller and smaller, and then slowly disappeared. Now, his Rachel has mastered 90/100ths. Perhaps it was because this was originally the chakra attribute in his body, so it was easier to cultivate. Originally, Shubai wanted to try to see if Bingdun could be copied. After all, Fengdun and Shuidun are now available. However, he hasn't even mastered Helix Pill and Rach. It is estimated that it will take some time to develop a new bloodline boundary. Really, why doesn't the system have the ability to pick up talents? If so, you can change your talents. Shubai thought of it this way, and at this time, the talent column appeared on Shubai's panel. The number above is 2. At this moment, an instantaneous spell fell in front of Shubai. The Dark Guard, I know, time is almost up. Come out, what can I do for you? Shubai also asked directly after seeing the instantaneous technique. As expected to be the 16th elder, his vision is still so unique. The Patriarch asked me to invite you to his house, the Patriarch has something to hand over. After the Dark Guard finished speaking, he also left another instantaneous spell and disappeared. Hehe, it's really a rush. After Shubai put on his elder clothes, he quickly rushed to Uchiha's residence on Tajima. A few minutes later, Shubai arrived at Uchiha's Tajima residence. Uchiha Zubai, come here by the order of the Patriarch. Shubai also said directly after he came to Uchiha's Tajima gate. Strength Elder, please here. At this time, Uchiha Tajima's guards also said directly. Soon, Shubai was also taken in. After arriving in the lobby, Uchiha Tajima was already here waiting for himself. Moreover, Uchiha Madara was also on the sidelines with hesitation on his face. The Patriarch, I don't know if you have anything to explain to me. Shubai also said directly. I think you should know it. It was your proposal last time. Now the people who went to the Uzumaki clan have returned. Now, we are going to marry their little princess, Uzumaki Yana. Uchiha Tajima also said directly. After hearing Uchiha Tajima's words, Shubai's face also showed a look of doubt. You know, I remember that the most powerful princess of the Uzumaki clan should be Mito, why has she become what Yana now? Could it be that the Thousand Hands clan, like their own ideas, has already started in advance? But if the Thousand Show clan did it, then the Whirlpool clan would not agree to their request. Therefore, Shubai at this time is also a little speechless. What are these? Could it be that the things that I have speculated have been deviated again? Or is there any force or someone intervening behind? However, with this ability, it is estimated that only Heiju is the guy. But what method did he use to influence the decisions of these families? Elder Shubai, what's wrong with you? I rarely see you stupefied. At this time, Uchiha Tajima's voice changed Shubai back to reality. It's okay, I'm willing to go to the Patriarch. By the way, who are we in the wedding party this time? Shubai asked again. This time the welcoming team will be led by you and Senna, and there will be 16 shinobu to follow. Let's set off today. Go early and return early. Uchiha Tajima said slowly. Got it. After Shubai responded, he saw a team appear behind him. They are all carrying red boxes. I think they should be a bride price when they come inside. But these are not what Shubai needs to consider. He just wants to go to the Whirlpool clan to get a good understanding of the sealed clan in this world. After a day and a half, Shubai and the others were also half gone. Well, let's take a rest here today. Shubai and the others also came to a mountain call that could shelter from wind and rain. Well, let's take a break. It's been more than a day now, so it's time to rest. Uchiha Madara also said slowly. Everyone put the box in their hands under a protruding stone on one side, then gathered together, and a fire rose. Mara, have you fought against the pillars? At this moment, Shubai walked to the side of Uchiha Madara and asked directly. Yes, I fought. Madara also said directly. Did you lose? Well, he has become very strong in the past 2 years. Uchiha Madara said, his hands were also squeezed. Although the tone is very indifferent, the unyielding that has not been shown is true. Yes, he has become very powerful. Now you will not be his opponent. Of course, if you start the kaleidoscope, you should be able to fight him. By the way, Madara, do you know the tail beast? Shubai also said slowly. Tailed beast, do you actually know about teddy bear? This matter, now known in the family, is only one hand. However, as far as I know, you don't know about it. Madara's face also changed instantly, directly said. Oh, I thought you didn't know. When I went out before, I passed a forest and saw a fox-like thing. After consulting the classics, I realized that this is a tailed beast. Listen to what you mean, you are already preparing. Have you hunted the tailed beast? Shubai said with a puzzled expression. You know, in Shubai's memory, they only started hunting after establishing Konoha. If they start hunting now, is there nothing Konoha? According to Shubai's memory, Konoha is still a few years away. Moreover, both Uchiha Tajima and Senjubujian are still alive, and the two have not yet become patriarchs. Senna is still by his side, and Uchiha Madara has not yet opened the kaleidoscope. How could such a thing suddenly progress so fast? Could it be that the appearance of yourself has changed things? Since you don't know, I won't say much. When I return to the clan, I will personally report to my father. After Madara finished speaking, he also restored his attitude of keeping away from strangers and stopped watching Shubai as now. Seeing Madara's appearance, Shubai knew that he did this on purpose. He didn't want to know how the pillars became stronger, because he didn't want to take the path between the pillars. That's why I deliberately put on this look. Shubai shook his head, and stepped aside to sit on the ground leaning against the tree, and began to rest. Yesterday, because no one released ninjutsu, Shubai could only pick up a lot of physical strength. Today, it is the same. I don't know if I can get the seal technique as I wish after I reach the Maelstrom clan. You know, this technique is very useful, no matter who it is a headache to encounter the seal technique. If it weren't for the Uzumaki clan without other ninjutsu, and if they were besieged, they would easily be in danger. The reason why they have not been attacked is because their clan has the most powerful sealing technique in the world. Therefore, they are not afraid of others attacking, but they will not take the initiative to attack. However, it seems that no foreigners have learned their sealing technique yet. I don't know if I can succeed. Time passed slowly. After a rest night, they also set off again. At this time, it is estimated that it will be there today. In the evening, they also saw the family land of the Whirlpool clan. Prepare, start. At this moment, the four people who originally followed, also went straight to the forefront. Shubai frowned when the four people began to jayin. Could it be said that the patriarch did not mean to marry, but Huo Dun Fire Dragon, Huo Dun Yangfang. The four also released these two ninjutsu separately, and in an instant, a fire dragon and a flame phoenix began to entangle in the air. Although it seems to be fighting, when you look closely, they are actually leaning against each other. And the group of them set off again. These four people are constantly releasing ninjutsu. When they can't support them anymore, they will switch to the salutes behind them and release them. At this time, Shubai was also picking up. Finally there is ninjutsu to pick up, which is a good thing for Shubai. Congratulations to the host, successfully completed, picked up for 800 days in a row. Obtained the intermediate gift pack. After 21 pickups, the mechanical sound of the system also rang in Shubai's ears. I've been waiting for a long time. The system, open the treasure chest. Shubai also said directly. Congratulations to the host, get a stand-in scarecrow. Nothing. Shubai was a little dazed. He was diligent and conscientious for so long. Every day I pick up all kinds of things conscientiously, even if there is no good thing, Shubai will pick it up no matter what. But now, just a scarecrow for myself. What's the use of a stand-in scarecrow? There is a stand-in technique in this world. No more. I'm going, forget it, I don't know what this thing is for. After Shubai finished speaking, he also threw the scarecrow into his personal space. Slowly, the chakras of 10 people are almost consumed. Elder Shubai, it's up to you. I know, you can copy it, and it's time to go outside the Whirlpool family. It's time for you to perform. Quan Na also walked to Shubai's side and said with a smile on his face. You kid, save you smart. Shubai also liked Senna very much. This guy and Madara are two extremes. Kwanna is very sunny, and people in the clan love Kwanna very much. Moreover, Senna's strength is not low, and now he is an elite. Of course, compared with Madara, who has already touched the patriarch level, there is still a gap. After all, other people are weak compared to Hanging Force. Huo Dun Fire Dragon, Huo Dun Yangfang. Shubai also raised his hand and directly released these two ninjutsu. Within the Whirlpool clan, the person who came this time should be Uchiha Zubai, who has recently gained fame, and the Uchiha Zuna who can release ninjutsu without making seals. Uzumaki Baikyo also said directly. Uchiha False White, this guy is very mysterious. You know, this person seems to pop up suddenly. Just 2 years ago, he suddenly appeared on the battlefield of the Hyuga clan. I don't know, what is there to be powerful? The patriarch of the Whirlpool family Whirlpool said slowly. I don't know, but the Sensho clan said that they don't know the information of this person. I think we should pay attention to him when he comes this time. If Mito, mute. At this moment, Shubai and the others had already arrived outside the door. But now there are only 5 of the 20-odd ninjutsu originally picked up. Really, my hands are almost scorched. Shubai also shook his hand, complaining with a dissatisfaction on his face. Okay, go back and invite you to drink. After a short ceremony, a very beautiful woman also appeared in front of them. Although there is a tool on the face, the figure and temperament cannot be hidden. But Shubai only knew that there was a Princess Mito, but he didn't expect that Yana actually existed. But these are not what Shubai should think about now. After arriving here, the ground is full of sealing techniques. But now Shubai has no chance to pick it up, which makes Shubai a little painful. Then what? It's getting late, Ha ha ha, what Elder Zubai said is that it's getting late now. Would you like to rest here for one night and set off tomorrow? Maelstrom also said directly. Don't disturb, let's bring our own tent. It's good for us to camp outside. After all, we haven't finished the ceremony yet and cannot enter your clan yet. Uchiha Madara also said slowly. Please, we will arrange for people to bring food. After the Whirlpool had finished talking about it, he also turned and returned to the clan. The rule here is that you cannot enter another person's family before you are married. So, now they are also directly starting to set up tents. Elder Shubai, don't you see that I didn't lie to you? If I said I would invite you to drink, I would invite you to drink. Uchiha Senna also walked to Shubai's side and said slowly. Okay, you are clever. By the way, what about your brother? After only a short time, Shubai found that Uchiha Madara was missing, and asked directly. My brother said he was going for a walk, but I didn't pay attention. Senna also spread his hands and said slowly, well, let's have a drink at the bar first. I haven't had a drink yet, and I don't know what this is. It tastes. At Senna's forced request, Shubai also drank with him. Of course, how could Shubai, who has a portable space, lose to Senna? Finally, when Senna fell to the ground, Shubai also stood up and looked at the sealing technique in front of him. It's really a magical power. I didn't expect that chakra could still use it like this. Well, right round eyes. At this moment, Shubai found that he had dropped a riding wheel at about 800 meters in the direction of his right hand. Shubai went straight in that direction, but before Shubai arrived, he encountered the spot that came back. Meet him. Well, he's here. He came to congratulate me, but I always feel that his congratulations feel a bit pity for me. Madara said. His expression also became a bit hideous. Oh, without waiting for Shubai to continue to ask, Madara disappeared from his sight. The appearance of the pillars here is a bit strange in itself. Moreover, Madara's feelings about the intercolumns should not be wrong. In other words, the guy between the pillars should know what. With Shanshu Chakra, Shubai also caught up with the pillars. Elder Zubai, how is your immortal technique? Shubai asked directly before he finished speaking. How do you know that I know immortality? Zujian said with a puzzled look. Because I will too. After Shubai finished speaking, his own fairy technique chakra burst out. After feeling the breath on Shubai's body, Zujian also looked at Shubai with some dignity. Now I want to say that the Uchiha clan, except for Uchiha Tajima, he is not sure that this Uchiha is vain. Moreover, it now seems that what the 16 elders hide is deeper than they thought. After returning to his tent, Shubai's face was again suspicious. Originally this incident made Shubai feel a little strange, but now Chinsho Zujian also appeared here, which made Shubai feel even more surprised. If Senjujuma really came to congratulate, then according to Madara's personality, there would be no such expression. But now, Madara obviously doesn't want to say anything. This is a bit of a headache. What's wrong? According to this development, Konoha should be established in advance. After all, Senna is not dead now, and Uchiha Tajima is still there. Madara's recognition of Zujian was not blinded by hatred. As long as the strength of the two of them rises, Konoha will be established sooner or later. At that time, many deaths and injuries can be avoided. Adding to the fact that he is there, he will never let Heiju lead his nose. When the time comes, after the integration is complete, let the people of the Whirlpool clan directly take action and look for Highway together. No matter how strong he is, he can't escape. It was in such a good beginning that Shubai felt an ominous breath. Although I can't tell, I feel a little uncomfortable. Elder Shubai, the young patriarch wants to find you. Just as Shubai was thinking, a voice of Shang Ren came from outside the account. Where is he? The young patriarch is waiting for you at the little river in the east. After hearing this Shinobu's words, Shubai also walked straight out of the tent and headed in the direction of Uchiha Madara. Soon, Shubai saw the spot standing by the river. In other words, neither of these two guys know how to escape from the water, and they also like the riverside. It seems that they are short of water in the 5 elements. Ban, something to do with me. Shubai also said directly. Did you see him? Seen. Do you know what he came here for? You know, right. After hearing Shubai's words, Ma sighed, walked to the side, picked up a stone, and threw it into the water. Yana is not a princess of the Whirlpool clan, but a daughter of a collateral family. She was raised as a substitute for the princess since she was young. The purpose of this is that if one day, the big clans are married, she can marry the princess instead. And their princess, whose name is Uzumaki Mito. Now she has decided to marry Senjujuma. Madara also said what she knew. After hearing Ma's words, Shubai also understood instantly. It seems that Zuma came here this time to tell Madara about this. Sometimes, Shubai really didn't understand the pillars. Everything he did seemed silly and stupid, but in the end there were always unexpected gains. Perhaps this is the privilege of the children of the plain. However, now that Madara knows about this, will he continue to marry Yana? Then what do you think now? I saw hope. In Yana's eyes, I saw the hope of life. Madara also said directly. Born, perhaps, only after marrying me, she can no longer act as a substitute but live as herself. I can feel the expectation in her heart. After Madara finished speaking, he left again. And the reason he called Shubai to come over was to keep Shubai from telling it. Although Shubai didn't know, Madara knew that he had seen between the pillars. In order not to affect his own plan, Madara still went to Shubai. After hearing what Madara said, Shubai also understood a little. I used to think that Madara was an arrogant and unruly straight man, who would not change what he believed. But seeing the current Madara, Shubai knew that Madara also had his gentle side. Moreover, he is a more careful person than anyone else. This is also the reason why Senna's death hit him so hard. Now Shubai feels innocent. He hasn't done anything, so why ask himself to talk about it? Really, there were already a lot of things, but now they are happening again. Shubai shook his head and returned to his tent again. Soon, one night passed. Shubai's number of pickups has also recovered. If it weren't for walking outside of someone else's premises at night, Shubai probably wanted to pick up the seal technique at 12 o'clock last night. Ban, I'll go around, call me when you leave. Shubai went off after speaking. At this time, Shubai didn't want to be here with them, waiting to welcome her. Otherwise, Yana Uzumaki will come out when the time comes, and they will go back. Shubai directly followed the residents of the Vortex clan, but did not pick up any of them. Because this sealing technique is too much, the most important thing is that there is no one familiar with the sealing technique. Therefore, Shubai was also a little stunned for a while. System, this sealing technique is ninjutsu, why don't you divide it into different levels? Shubai said to the system with a complaint on his face. There is no difference between the strength and weakness of this sealing technique, it just depends on the amount of chakra you injected and the characteristics of the sealing technique. Basically every one is a forbidden technique. The system also answered. Shubai felt better after hearing what the system said. The most indispensable thing I lack is chakra, and here is the sealing technique to protect the clan land, and the level should not be low. Thinking of this, Shubai also picked up those seal techniques with longer names on the ground. After all, if the name is relatively long, it is forced to be higher when released, isn't it? Soon, after Shubai picked up 18 of the sealing techniques here, he also stopped. It seems that you have to pay attention to it in the future, and don't use it up all at once. If you encounter any good things again, you will only be greedy at that time. After the pickup, Shubai also returned to the team. At this time, you can already see the team that sent off the family inside. Ma, are you nervous? Shubai stood aside grinning and said slowly. It's not nervous at all, isn't it just welcoming your relatives? What are you nervous about? Madara said with some excitement. Oh, take it easy, isn't it just welcoming the relatives? At this time, Shubai even wanted to laugh. Unexpectedly, that unbeatable spot has such a dark history. This guy, his face flushed now, seemed to really like Yana. Prosperity, Shubai also yelled. The people behind the bride price also carried the box to the front. 1 box of refined iron, 10,000 kunai, 10,000 shuriken, and 50 ninjutsu scrolls. Shubai also directly read the above. Go kiss. After Shubai finished speaking, he also walked directly to the side. Madara walked out slowly, came to Yana's side, and stretched out his hand. You will no longer be the princess of the Whirlpool clan. Starting today, you will be my Madara's wife, and you will be Yana. Madara also slowly said after holding Yana's hand. Okay. After completing the process, the Maelstrom family also arranged 6 people to follow Shubai and the others. After all, it is now that the father-in-law of the family is married, and it is a substitute in time, and the Maelstrom family will not be so obvious. So, someone went with it. Get up. Shubai found that he had become a guest supporter. After all, his status was the highest here, and he was the only one to do these things. In this way, the group also set off. Elder Zubai, look at your brother laughing. I haven't seen my brother smile since the last time. I didn't expect him to laugh today. Moreover, I can see that he is smiling very happily. Uchiha Senna also walked to Shubai's side and said slowly. You are a big kid, well, it won't be long before it will be your turn. Shubai also flicked Quan Na's forehead, jokingly. Okay, Elder Zubai will definitely come to help me at that time. Senna also said with a smile. The group soon came to the place where they rested before. Because Yana is with him now, they didn't go fast either. It was getting late, and everyone set up their tents and prepared to rest for a night before setting off. Are you good? Do you bring your own tents? Shubai also came to a few members of the Whirlpool clan and said directly. Good Elder Zubai, we are not prepared. At this time, a member of the Whirlpool clan headed directly said. Senna, prepare 3 tents for 6 guests. After hearing their reply, Shubai also directly spoke to Senna. Although they also brought a tent alone, Senna also went directly to coordinate the tent at this time. Soon, I took 3 tops. This time I will trouble you a lot. I hope that 3 of you will feel the surrounding situation at any time. If there is an abnormality, please let me know as soon as possible. Shubai also said with his hand. Although their fighting power may not be as good as the people here, no one can match their perception. Therefore, Shubai also came to arrange these. You know, Shubai is an orphan and he has lived for more than 10 years. Many things are arranged by myself. Coupled with having been an elder for 2 years, these things are simply familiar. Thank you Elder Zubai, we will arrange it. After handling the matter here, Shubai also returned to his tent. It was almost 12 o'clock now, but Shubai couldn't fall asleep. I don't know why, he always feels that something is going to happen in his heart. But now he doesn't want to find spots. This guy is happy, so don't burden him. After all, Madara may not have been so relaxed, right? Time passed slowly, and when it was almost 12 o'clock, Shubai also walked out. After all, it is useless now that he still has 3 picking opportunities. Enemy attack. After Shubai came out, he called out loudly in an instant. Hearing Shubai's words, everyone rushed out the first time, opened the riding wheel and prepared for battle. But the people of the Whirlpool clan did not come out. Unexpectedly, Elder Zubai, your perception is so strong. At this moment, a familiar guy walked out. But at this time, the last thing Shubai wanted to see was this guy. Because, here, there is no one who can defeat this guy. What appeared before him was the leader of the Thousand Hands clan, Thousand Hands Buddha. I don't know the patriarch of the Thousand Hands clan, are you here to congratulate you? Shubai also controlled his emotions and relaxed. Said slowly, it's indeed here to congratulate, but after I finish congratulating, I want you to come and sit with me at our Chinsho house. Chinsho Buddha also said directly. After hearing the words of the Thousand Hands Buddha, Shubai probably knew what had happened. Now, it is estimated that this guy between the pillars has become a patriarch-level existence. Therefore, Senju Bujian wanted to initiate a war while the Uchiha clan had not yet appeared with a corresponding person. The previous 2 years of peace were just the time they agreed to cultivate. But now it's different. The rapid growth of the pillars makes Chinsho Bujian no longer able to wait. Moreover, the Uchiha clan previously imprisoned their young patriarch for 2 years, and this has always been a thorn in the heart of Thousand Hands Buddha. Now I finally found an opportunity, how could I let it go? At this time, the Uzumaki clan, except Uzumaki Yana who was standing by Madara's side, the other 6 people all went to the Sensho clan. In other words, this incident is not accidental, but has been planned for a long time. It is estimated that when the Uchiha clan proposed marriage, Senshu Bujian was arranging these things. If our answer is no. At this time, Madara walked to the front with a gloomy expression and said directly, "You don't have the right to say no. Because if you resist, I can only use some special methods to take you back." After the thousand-handed Buddha finished speaking, chakra burst out of him in an instant. Because of the years of fighting, the aura on Thousand Hands Buddha's body is terrifying. If the strength is the first point, even this breath can't be resisted. I am Uchiha, only the ones who died in battle, not the prisoners. Madara also opened his own writing wheel in an instant, ready to fight. At this time, Shubai was not as optimistic as Ban-Aoshin. There were only a dozen of them, and the other side had hundreds of them at a glance. And there is this terrifying guy leading the team. When the time comes to fight, the shinobu here will die in a very short time. Mabra, attack, fire escape, thousand flames burst out. Madara didn't hear Shubai's words, and immediately released ninjutsu. Water escape, cover water. Thousands of hands also released a water escape in an instant. Soon, the people on both sides also fought together. At this time, the Thousand Hands Buddha didn't make a move, he kept looking at Shubai. Really, isn't this forcing me? Shubai also raised his hand, psychic. The next moment, a big slug appeared beside Shubai. Fairy slug, I'm sorry to trouble you. After Shubai finished speaking, the slugs quickly divided into more than a dozen slugs. One of them stayed on Shubai's shoulder, and the rest went to the shoulders of other tribesmen. It seems that what the pillars said is true, and you went there too. However, even if you learn the same technique as the pillars, it won't be my opponent. Wind escape vacuum Dayu. Chinsho. After the Buddha said these words, he also shot directly. They will not stay here for too long, after all, it is only more than a day away from the residence of the Uchiha clan. If it is discovered, it will fall into a bitter battle. The purpose of their coming today is to take away the spots. Other things are not important. The shame of the Thousand Hands clan must be cleared up now. Shubai knows the vacuum jade, but this big vacuum jade is really big. It's so much bigger than the vacuum jade that I know. I don't know how many times it is bigger. Clone technique. Shubai instantly used the clone technique. Go help Madara and quickly take down the guy in the room. Huo Dun Wangwo extinguished with 10 consecutive bullets, Huo Dun Suzuo's fury 5 consecutive bullets, Huo Dun. At the next moment, Shubai's clone directly turned on the fairy mode to help Madara. And Shubai himself, directly became a mobile ninjutsu release machine. Countless ninjutsu is just like no money, spewing out. Mabra, I'll help you. No, you can help others. Madara didn't put the door in his eyes at all, and directly refused Shubai's words. The deity said, we must take down the door as soon as possible, so that we have a bargaining chip in our hands. I said I don't need. After seeing Madara's attitude, Shubai was also a little helpless. Let the clone protect Senna directly, in case Senna died here, history will repeat itself. The originally peaceful forest also turned into a sea of fire at this moment. Is this your ability? You don't need Jayan. Hundreds of ninjutsu have been released. If it weren't for this newly developed technique, I guess I would be injured if I took so many attacks. At this time, the Thousand Hands Buddha also appeared behind Shubai. It's really a terrifying guy. After saying this, Shubai was also directly knocked into the air. If it hadn't been for Shubai to release a water escape incomparable shore in an instant, it is estimated that Shubai would be seriously injured by this one. This thousand-handed Buddha's physical technique is really strong. It doesn't matter, since you are going to do this, I'm not welcome. If you want to eat us, I must let you break a few teeth. 8-door Dunjia shocked the door. Shubai opened the door of his surprise directly, and a blue breath appeared on Shubai's surface. Now that Shubai opened the shocked door, the physical skill column on his panel had also become. Perhaps, after adding the shocking door to his own fairy skills, the system is temporarily unable to calculate the specific value that appears. Seeing Shubai's current state, Thousand Hands Buddha also frowned. Can I achieve a temporary improvement effect by burning my own life? Even so, I am not afraid. Feng Dun Lanlong. After seeing Shubai releasing the 8-door Dunjia, Thousand Hands Buddha also began to attack again. Shenxiang. At the next moment, Shubai directly released Shixiang. Uchiha Madara, if you want all the people here to go back alive, you want Yana to be your wife. Now, leave this place immediately. Go back and tell the Patriarch that I will definitely hurt Senjubatsuma here. Since they want to do this, we can't make fish on the chopping board either. Madara, go, Shubai shouted loudly as he attacked. Although he wanted to open the final dead door directly, Shubai could only open it here now. Because the dead door needs to be picked up to level 10 in order to be opened. Otherwise, Shubai really wanted to kick this fellow Thousand Hands Buddha to death. Brother, go. At this time, Uchiha Senna also walked to Madara's side and pulled Madara back. And Shubai's avatar greeted Chinshojian. Young Patriarch, you go back first, our queen. The 10 Uchiha Shinobu also came directly to Uchiha Madara and said slowly. Seeing the actions of these tribesmen, Madara shed tears in front of them for the first time. Elder Zubai, and you, must come back. After Madara exhausted all his strength, he screamed, and Izumi also left with Yana. Boom boom. There were constant explosions coming from behind him, and Madara knew that perhaps the bursts of explosions represented the death of his own people one by one. Stimulated by the intense hatred, one of Uchiha Madara's eyes also opened a kaleidoscope. At this time, the Thousand Hands Buddha was not in a hurry, just constantly releasing powerful ninjutsu to resist Shubai's Shixiang. No, this is the shadow avatar technique. At this time, Shubai also saw the ninjutsu falling on the ground. Because his speed is too fast, and every time Thousand Hands Buddha will release a wide range of ninjutsu attacks. Therefore, Shubai did not see these shadow clones for a while. Could it be that bad? Huo done. Shubai directly ignored the thousand-handed Buddha, rushed to the ground, and began to attack other thousand-handed people. After the countless fires ignited, they instantly took away at least a dozen people from the thousand-armed clan. At this time, all the people of the Thousand Hands clan retreated. There were only 2 people left, Chinsho Budajian and Chinshu Fujian, and they were both holding their chests, looking at them with a smile on their faces. Elder Zubai, is this? This is the shadow clone, why did I forget this? Shubai also said harshly. He always felt that something was wrong, why did they not chase after seeing Madara leave? It seems that they have already gone, but they didn't notice it. Now that I block them, these 2 clones can't embarrass me yet, you. Izanagi. At this moment, a Shangrin released Izanagi in an instant, and the blue steam on Shubai's body was slowly disappearing. How is it possible? You guys, release Yishinaki, and let Elder Shubai restore to his previous state. Now, only Elder Shubai can save the young patriarch. This Shangrin also shouted directly after seeing Shubai's changes. You know, this ninjutsu, which was absolutely established, actually didn't play any role here in Shubai. But they didn't give up, 10 people instantly used Izanagi. At this time, the blue aura on Shubai's body also disappeared instantly. The side effects of the original Baman Dunjia did not appear. You guys, I'm going first. Shubai couldn't stop it at all, because the speed of their release was too fast. After saying this, Shubai also headed back, and set off quickly. Moreover, at this time, Shubai's eyes were also open to the riding wheel. Just now, after picking up their riding wheel eyes, Shubai finally opened his eyes. Although it is just a piece of jade, the things inside are very heavy. In the face of the shadow clones of the 2 powerhouses, the 10 also glanced at each other. Huo done real fire apocalypse. Boom. There was a huge explosion, and even Shubai, who had already left a few hundred meters, could feel the powerful impact. Shubai knew that they couldn't come back. Wiping away the tears from his face, Shubai quickened his pace. This is. Just when Shubai felt the battle, he saw the thing he didn't want to see most, that was the fallen Uchiha intermediate bloodline. At this time Madara was also sitting on the ground, holding the two people in his arms. Seeing this scene, Shubai's heart also twitched inexplicably. Madara finally emerged from the haze of the death of several of his younger brothers, and now his closest brother, Senna, died again. Moreover, Yana Uzumaki died at this time. The woman who made Madara see the birth also lay in Madara's arms. But at this time, both of them had smiles on their faces. I came here so soon. It seems that you are also aware of it. At this time, Thousand Hands Buddha also said slowly. Buddha, you, Shubai also showed a hideous look on his face. The host breaks through the world's restrictions, and the restrictions on writing round eyes are lifted. At this moment, Shubai's ear also heard the system mechanical prompt sound. And Shubai also felt the change in his eyes, now he should be a 3-go jade. Unexpectedly, the Shalanian, which has not changed before, will drive directly to Sango in one day. But now, Shubai was not happy at all. Because, I was still talking to myself that morning and wanted to host his wedding by myself, Uchiha Senna. This man who looked like a little son was lying in Uchiha Madara's arms now. And Yana, who originally thought she was a new life, also lost her breath now. Uchiha Shubai, our purpose is not you, if you entangle again, don't blame us for being merciless. At this moment, Chinsho Janma stood in front of Shubai and said slowly. Mara, stand up. Hatred is not to sink people, but to learn to be stronger. The patriarch must have noticed the battle here. As long as we persist, the big hatred can be avenged today. Shubai shouted loudly. Big enmity can be reported today. He he he, ha 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 ha, I want you to die among the thousand-handed Buddha. After hearing Shubai's words, Madara stood up instantly. His body was quickly covered with flames, and a skeleton appeared around Madara. Kaleidoscope, unexpectedly, you awakened this evil power so early. It seems that the plan is about to change. In the middle, stop Uchiha's false white, here I will solve it. The breath also broke out instantly. And to Shubai's surprise, Thousand Hands Buddha actually had Shanshu chakra on his body. You know, after fighting against him for so long before, I didn't notice anything. In other words, his immortal form has reached a terrifying point. Shui Dun Qinliu. Fei Jian also launched an attack directly, although he is not as powerful as Zhu Jian, but his talent is not low. You know, this guy has developed a lot of forbidden techniques. It is conceivable that his current strength should have also touched the edge of the patriarch level. This little water, Huo Dian, the fierce fire has been extinguished for 10 consecutive bombs. As the battle started here, Madara and Buddha also started their first collision. Although the Buddha's speed after switching to the fairy mode is very fast, the power is also very strong. But in the face of Suzuo's flames, he didn't dare to get caught easily. Huo done the fury of Susao. But the spot that couldn't catch the Buddha's figure, he also directly released this large-scale attack skill. And at this time, Shubai also saw that one of Madara's eyes was bleeding. In other words, Madara is now doubled. You know, this is a ninjutsu with a wide range of attacks. Under Madara's doubling, there will definitely be a greater improvement. Shubai also gave up sniping the front door and retreated directly. Sure enough, as Shubai guessed, the power of Susanoo's fury was simply stronger than Shubai's continuous release of 5 powers. This can be regarded as a qualitative change. The thousand-handed Buddha room that was attacked also disappeared directly into white smoke. Even the room disappeared together. It seems that here is still the shadow clone. Why is this shadow clone so strong? After thinking about it, the people that celebrities met before seemed to be stronger than him, so those clones would be so unbearable, and they would die if they rubbed it. And the strength of Chinshojianma father and son is not like Naruto. Their clones are also very powerful. The most important thing is that this is the ninjutsu developed by Feijian, which can perfectly show the power of the shadow clone. After all, in the later stage, a shadow clone of Naruto is equivalent to a shadow-level powerhouse. Mara, pay attention. The clones that have just been wiped out are their clones. Now that they are in the dark, you must pay attention. Shubai also shouted loudly. After hearing Shubai's words, Madara also looked around him. Although the writing wheel eye is not as powerful as the probing ability of the white eye, it is already very good in comparison. You seem to know my newly developed ninjutsu. It seems that we should be able to talk about it. At this moment, Phaegian appeared behind Shubai and said slowly. Thousands of hands, was it you who killed Senna? Shubai also suppressed his emotions and said slowly. Kill, no, that guy shouldn't die yet. But I don't know if he will die because of his injuries next. Sensho Janma also said with a mocking expression. Although he knew that this guy wanted to irritate himself, even if he knew it, Shubai was still very angry. It seems that in Madara's meeting afterwards, his brother was really killed by this guy. But when I heard that Senna was seriously injured now, there should be no problem with his own slug. Master Slug, go to Senna's side. After Shubai summoned the slug, he also directly attacked the room. At this time, the Buddha deity also walked out, and the invincible aura on his body slowly unfolded. It was the spot that opened the kaleidoscope in time, and I couldn't feel any sense of security. Uchiha Madara, right, you and my son are good friends, I won't kill you. You should go back with me obediently now. Buddha also said slowly. It's still the same sentence. The Uchiha clan died in battle, and the captives are not there. After Madara finished speaking, the Susao no Go slowly grew flesh and blood. Although he was not in full body, he also reached the beard. Zono's second half of his body. With the flesh and blood of Suzuo Nengu, that sullen breath became even stronger. Originally, the Sensho clan and Uchiha clan were yin and yang pairs. After feeling the aura on Madara's body, the Buddha's face also showed an angry look. This breath, no matter when it is felt, will make people feel upset. I make you more bored. Before the Buddha finished speaking, a bigger Suzuonang appeared in their sight. And in the crystal on Susanoo's forehead, Uchiha Tajima's figure also appeared there. It's not slow, Uchiha Tajima, our grievances should be over today. The Buddha also ran to the side in an instant. And Uchiha Tajima also followed, and after seeing the two of them leave, he also disappeared here with an instantaneous spell. Shubai didn't chase him, now the main thing is to see how Senna is doing. At this time, Madara was also relieved of Susanoo. After all, this is the first time he has opened his eyes, and he has used Susao for so long. Had it not been for Madara's special physique, he would have long been unable to hold on. Master Slug, how is Senna? Shubai came to Madara and them and asked directly. The injury is too serious, I can only temporarily stabilize his injury. Now it is estimated that he can only be cured by reaching my body. However, in his current situation, he can't reach the wet bone forest at all. The slug also said directly. What do you mean? I can't help it, and it's been a long time now. Even with their family's forbidden skills, it is estimated that there is no power to recover. The slug said slowly. Elder Zubai, big brother, you don't have to worry about it anymore. Although I want to stay and continue to be with big brother, but now it seems that it is no longer possible. Big brother, although I can't be with you, my eyes can I have been with my eldest brother all the time. Take my eyes to see the world. In this case, I am still alive. At this moment, the weak Senna also said slowly. No, Senna, there must be. Elder Zubai's slug immortal size even the best medical ninja in the clan. Now it can't do anything, so there's no other way. Big brother, although people die, there is no other way. You live forever in people's hearts. After Senna finished speaking, he also dug out his eyes and handed them to Madara. Big brother, if you want me to leave with regret. After hearing Senna's words, Uchiha Madara also took his eyes. Then, slowly approached his own eyes. The next moment, Madara put down the eyes in his hands directly, and put them away. But now they didn't notice it, because Shubai's attention was on Senna, and Senna couldn't see it. Masha, go back. Shubai directly hugged Senna, and at the same time, he also raised Madara. Elder Zubai, don't say anything, go back first. Shubai interrupted Ban's words directly and took the two of them back. After returning to the clan, Shubai sent the two to their home and left. Now, it's not the time he should stay here. After all, it is estimated that the two brothers do not have much time to continue getting along. Xiaobai, did you have any trouble going out? Seeing Shubai sitting in the courtyard, Uchiha Kuna also walked to his side and asked slowly. Yeah, I have encountered a big trouble. Perhaps, this stable day will be over again. Shubai also sighed and said directly. Although I don't know if this Thousand Hands clan is really for the reputation of their own family, or because of other things. But now, since the dispute has begun, there will be no more peaceful days. Is it going to start the war again? Uchiha Zukin also walked out, asking with a look of suspicion. Perhaps, I don't know how many people will die this time. Big sister, second sister. Even if you want to play, you must follow me. Shubai also said directly. Understood, Xiaobai, don't do this, go and take the eldest sister to make you a good meal. Shunai also said directly. After hearing Shunai's words, Shubai also had a smile on his face. He now knows what Madara's mentality is. His last brother also left him, and now he must be just as unconscious as his original self. Moreover, it is even worse than before. Because a person who has tasted sweetness will feel that bitterness is that kind of pain. 7 days later, the battle between Uchiha Tajima and Senjubu also came to an end. But in the end, they both died in battle. If it weren't for Uchiha Madara and Senjujuma at this time both had reached the realm of the Patriarch, it is estimated that both clans would be in a crisis of extermination. Elder Shubai, the old Patriarch, has already welcomed him back. The Patriarch ordered the elders to go to the conference hall. At this time, a secret guard also appeared in Shubai's courtyard and said directly. You go first, I'll be there soon. Shubai also walked into the room, put on his elder's clothes, and went directly to the discussion hall. Soon, not only the elders in the clan arrived, but also all the elite Shangren. In just 7 days, Madara is no longer the same as before. Shubai could clearly feel the coldness on his body, even if he belonged to the Uchiha clan. In an instant, all the people arrived. Everyone, peace brings not stability, but calculations. Even if we want to settle down, some people refuse to agree. Sure enough, the world still has the power to decide. From now on, declare war on the Senju family. Tomorrow, go to Feng settles the plain, prepare for battle. Uchiha Madara also said directly. Patriarch, but now we. No, but the Senju clan and my Uchiha clan cannot coexist in this world. If there is any dissent, I should be removed from the position of the elder and mine at home. Before the elder is finished, so does Uchiha Madara. Interrupted him and said directly. HMPH, even when the old Patriarch was alive, he wouldn't treat us like this. I don't like to say one thing twice. If you want to stay, you can just stay. My Madara's army doesn't need cowardly people. Madara still said strongly. At the same time, he opened his own kaleidoscope writing wheel in an instant. After feeling the breath on Madara's body, the entire conference room was quiet. Patriarch, I am willing to accompany you. But this time, we can't be like before. At this moment, Shubai also stood up and said slowly. Elder Shubai, what's the plan, just say it. Seeing Shubai standing up to support him, Maiden's face also showed a smile. We don't fight the Thousand Hands clan now. Shubai's first words made the people on the court puzzled. Don't you support Madara? How did it become like this once the style of painting changed? If you don't fight the Thousand Hands clan, do you fight the Hyuga clan? Madara also asked directly. He spent a lot of time with Shubai, and knew that this person would definitely not say such nonsense, and he followed his words and said slowly. The Hyuga clan is closed. The old fox, Hyuga Tianren, will not participate in this battle anymore. We are not going to attack anyone, but to drive the wolf away and reap the benefits of the fisherman. Shubai also said again. What is a wolf and what is a tiger? Wei Yi is a wolf, Maelstrom is a sheep, Thousands of Hands is a tiger. After hearing Shubai's words, Madara was also silent. I remember that there was an iron mine next to the Kagaya clan. Moreover, when we fought the Senju clan last time, it was given to the Kagaya clan as a reward for dragging the Hyuga clan, right? 100 from there. Yu Li, there is an iron mine. This time, use this iron mine as a reward and invite them to join forces to deal with the Maelstrom family. No, we don't need help from the Uzumaki family. We Uchiha, that's enough. At this moment, the second elder also stood up and said directly. Just kidding, a Whirlpool clan needs to pay the price of a mine to invite the Wei clan. When someone retorted, Shubai's face also showed a smile. After all, singing a one-man show alone is a bit boring. You elders and elites in the clan should know that the Wei clan has a very serious blood disease because of its blood inheritance boundary. There is only one thing that can suppress this blood disease, and that is frost grass. The next time I went to the Whirlpool clan, I found this kind of grass. Presumably, this is something from the Whirlpool clan. And the Wei clan also knows it, so if we invite them to join hands, they will definitely agree. What's more, we still have it. Justified reasons. With a mineral vein, they won't refuse. Shubai also said again. If this is the case, then we are helping Wei, not they helping us. Why do we still need to provide a price? As the elder Zubai said, we should take the opportunity to recover the previously lost veins. That's right, the second elder Uchiha Shimori also said slowly. No, it's the opposite. If we use the patriarch to be deceived as an excuse, and supplemented by remuneration, we finally use frostweed as a lure. Do you think the Wei clan would suspect anything? I think they also knew the Maelstrom clan before. Those with frosty grass will not do anything because of the Thousand Show clan. There should be transactions between them from time to time. In this way, we can let them make the move first, and we will stay behind. We promise to help them resist Thousand Show. The family, and they only need to help us erase the humiliation of the Uchiha family. Do you think they want them to do their best? Shubai said again. After hearing Shubai's words, all the elders were silent, including Uchiha Oki, also looked at Shubai in surprise. You know, this is his disciple. Moreover, his character Oki also knows. But now, Damu seems to have no knowledge of Shubai. Okay, it's a good move to drive the wolf away. When the time comes, we don't have to take action, and we will go directly to the Wei clan and wait. As long as the three clans fight, we can directly take their clan land. And we can send a person out and push it to On Chinshu's head. Wei Yewei will definitely work hard, even if it is between the pillars, it will not be easy to resist. At this time, Madara, who had not spoken, said slowly. After hearing Ma's words, Shubai's face also showed a smile. It seems that Madara has not lost his mind yet. Leave it to me to do this. In addition, the transformation technique within the clan is more powerful, and I have been practicing more recently. The clan leader needs a few people from a clan with 1,000 hands. Let them observe it carefully. Shubai speaking again. The meeting ended in this way, and Shubai also embarked on the road to the Wei clan. It's not that Shubai's heart is full of gloom now, but that he wants to use his hands to make his family safer. The Sensho clan is also preparing for the battle, because they know that the Uchiha clan will definitely launch an attack. At this time, Zuma also became the patriarch of the family, and there were originally people who wanted to seize the position of the head of the family in the name of being young. But don't want to be abused by the immortal body and Mu done between the pillars also use steel wrists to stabilize the Thousand Hands clan. But he was not happy when he became the patriarch. Because of Senna's death, Zhu Jian knew that he wanted to fulfill his childhood dream with Madara, and the chance was very slim. Congratulations to the host, upgrade to the 8th level. At this time, Shubai was on his way to the Wei clan. Because he was walking by himself, he could only pick up some natural energy during this time. But this is enough, as long as it can be picked up is good. After all, Shubai now has a book of seals, and there are a lot of ninjutsu on it. Although Shubai hadn't even mastered the multiple shadow clones on the first page. But what they dropped last time was picked up by Shubai. The progress bar is also successful to 90%, plus the exercises in the past few days, it is estimated to be opened. As for the reincarnation of the filthy soil, the seal of the ghoul, Shubai has the authority, but he still hasn't grasped the talent restrictions. However, Shubai doesn't have a broom to cherish himself. Uchiha Natsumi and Uchiha Luyan have been practicing these ninjutsu in the family now. Both of them have better talents than their own, and they will learn it soon if they think it will be necessary. Especially the chubby guy, he is simply a ninjutsu genius. The reincarnation of the dirty soil can be basically mastered, and this is also the key point of this Shubai's plan. Since it is a battle, there is nothing cruel. If you can't kill the enemy, it will be your own people who die. As for some other ninjutsu, Shubai now has almost mastered it too. After all, the identity of the elder can choose the ninjutsu that suits him in the clan. Open the upgrade package. Congratulations to the host, get Amaterasu. Conditions of use, turn on the kaleidoscope to right the wheel. At this moment, Shubai actually saw Amaterasu. You know, this thing is a unique skill of God Itachi. Unexpectedly, the system can go beyond the setting and open it directly for yourself. You know, although Madara's Susanna is also made up of yin-dun, the attributes seem to have no special abilities. And Amaterasu, which is called the unquenchable fire, is very powerful. The original raikage was also broken by the second pillar, which had not yet been promoted to shadow rank. However, this requires a kaleidoscope to use, and I don't know what special ability my kaleidoscope riding wheel will have. Shubai didn't continue to study these things that he couldn't use for the time being. Put it in your own portable space. After a night of rest, Shubai also set off again. Now he is not in a hurry. After all, the longer Uchiha's quiet time, the more pressure Senju and the others will be. Therefore, when Shubai came out, he also talked to Madara. As long as you haven't come back, don't take action against the Thousand Sho clan for now. 4 days later, Shubai also came to the residence of the Wie clan. The elder of the Uchiha clan, Uchiha Zubai, was ordered by the patriarch, and he came to ask your patriarch for important matters. Shubai also directly reported his name and said slowly, Uchiha, please wait a moment, I'll report it. After the guard in front of the door said, he entered. A few minutes later, Wei Yue also walked out. Elder Zubai, I have long admired the name. I don't know if Elder Zubai is here this time, what can I do to discuss it? Wei Yue also said directly. Patriarch Wei Yi wants me to speak here. Shubai also said solemnly. Although on the surface he was very angry, but now Shubai's face is almost full of laughter. You know, there are countless blood and bone escapes here. The most important thing is that blood is different from ninjutsu. As long as Shubai picks up a certain amount, he can have this blood inheritance limit. It's rude, please hear. Wei Yue saw Shubai frowning, and he also made a gesture of asking. After entering the family land of the Wie clan, the two also came to a pavilion. Patriarch Wei Yi, I don't know if your frost grass reserves are still enough. Shubai also asked directly. Elder Zubai came to me, didn't he want to trade frost grass with me? However, we now have a fixed supply of frost grass, and we don't need more. Wei Yue also said with a smile. I know, it's the Uzumaki clan. However, I came to you, not to trade some frostweed with you. There is a mineral vein in the north, which was owned by our Uchiha clan before, right? Shubai also said again. What do you mean? Elder Shubai doesn't want to tell me, you Uchiha clan want to take it back. After hearing Shubai's words, Wei Yue's face was also a little gloomy. Take it back. No, our Uchiha clan is not far behind that one mineral vein. Not far from there is another one of our mineral veins. This is what I am here to trade with Chief Kagaya. Shubai Yu said. After hearing Shubai's words, Wei Yue was a little confused, what does this guy mean? Also, I don't think you are willing to trade all the things you have worked so hard for in exchange for frost grass, right? You should know the contradiction between us and the Maelstrom family. We give you the mineral veins, and you destroy them. The Whirlpool clan. The frost grass is naturally yours. As for the Thousand Hands clan, we have to deal with them. After hearing Shubai finished speaking, Wei Yue's face was also suspicious. But in fact, my heart is already laughing. Where is this transaction? It's the Uchiha clan, giving themselves gifts. And he also knew why the Uchiha clan didn't do it themselves, because if they did it, they would surely attract the Thousand Sho clan to attack in an all-round way. That's why I came to find them. I think about it first, I don't know. I'll give you 4 days, and after 4 days, I will go back. Reply, just give it to me that day. By the way, can you arrange a room for me? In this way, Shubai also lived here. After just picking up bone done, Shubai also saw the quantity he needed. That is 100. The Wie clan is still relatively strong now, and, in their ancestral hall, there are a lot of blood drops. Although I don't know why these bloodlines have not disappeared, for Shubai, this is not a problem at all. 4 days later, Shubai's current progress has reached 96/100ths. Today, it is time for them to give answers. Don't come at night, come at night. Shubai couldn't help but pray in his heart. Elder Zubai, hearing this voice, Shubai's dream was also shattered. It seems that they can't stand it anymore. Originally it was like giving them away. Before Wei Yewei had to pretend, but seeing Shubai was not anxious at all, so they were anxious first. Soon, Shubai came to the small pavilion where he had talked with Wei Yewei before. Elder Zubai, we agreed. People of the Thousand Hands clan, please take care of you. Wei Yewei also said directly. Okay, Shubai said weakly. Have you not received enough reception recently? Or, stay in the evening for a while, and we will have a banquet. Okay, that's it. You don't know how bad the Uchiha clan's food is. Shubai left directly after speaking. Wei Yewei with a bewildered look was left behind. This guy, just because he wanted to eat a meal, wouldn't it? I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.